Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
All right, it is Morning Juice. Brandon Beam not in. I'm Tito filling in for Brandon the next couple of days. Bobby Carpenter to my right. Mark the Shark running things as always. No place I'd rather be on a Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. than sandwiched between the two of you legends. How you doing today, Bobby?
I'm doing great. Great to see you in here on this rainy Wednesday morning. Needed a little bit of rain. Got a little bit of rain, and it's good. Not a moment too soon for me. I was putting up some Christmas lights last night, so after getting that done yesterday during the day.
All the decorations for Halloween are down now, right? They're all gone?
I took those down and, in one fell swoop, brought the Christmas stuff up. And I'm like, I'm not going to turn these on, but I'm going to take advantage of it being 70 degrees.
Smart.
It's much more advantageous to put those things up without gloves and without it being 30 degrees outside.
Yes, indeed. Not a lot to talk about today, huh? Good Lord. We've got the CFP rankings were revealed. We've got Ohio State women's basketball to talk about as well. They got their win in their opener last night against Cleveland State. Kevin McGuff's going to join us at 7:33. The Blue Jackets captain, Boone Jenner, will join us at 8:48 today. But NFL trade deadline also went on. We got, obviously, the Jackets lost. You heard Sharks, they had 2-1 in overtime to San Jose. The NFL trade deadline's crazy. There's a lot of a few significant moves, I think, in that one, Bobby. But on the CFP, I know we're going to dive into it later on, but just give me your quick kind of your take after what you saw. I thought the production of the show was decent. I thought it moved pretty quickly. I liked all that.
I'll say this. They started releasing teams at 7:08, 7:09, and they were done, went straight through it all for about 12 minutes.
Right.
And by 7:20-ish, 7:24, you knew exactly who was in there. I thought they'd have a couple commercial stops, do 5 teams at a time, slowly dribble that stuff out. And instead, they went at you thick and fast. I said you wouldn't know the top 5 or 6 teams until after 7:30, and you had all that there right at the beginning.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was a really good TV product the way they did it. Did not drag it out at all.
Which usually they go to 2 or 3 desks beforehand, get a commercial break, bring in Paul Feinbaum, and then at 7:21 we'll start releasing the first 5 and then talk about those first 5, release another 5, talk about them. I mean, it was all right there as they broke it down for you right away. And it was pretty interesting. I think, and I've been telling people this for a long time, I thought this would resemble the AP more than it ever has. Mm-hmm. And I think largely that was the case.
I think so, too. All right, you ready for Day in History there, Bobby?
Yeah, I am. Let's do it.
Do it.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
It is Wednesday, November 6th, the 310th day of the year, or 311th day of the year, the 55 days remaining. First Wednesday of the month also. On this date, 1860, Abraham Lincoln is elected. What number president, Shark? Hold on, check this. That off. What number president?
You want to guess? See, I knew you'd do that to me. I'm going to give him...
This is super easy.
It's not super easy. 10.
Is that for real?
I don't know which one it was.
That's John Tyler, dude.
Oh, my gosh. How did I not know it was John Tyler?
Because I've been studying off of Shark. I've been cheating off him for the last...
Come on, Tippecanoe and Tyler, too. We knew
William
that
Henry
Tippecanoe
Harrison
was 9.
He was the first president from Ohio. Come on.
Okay.
Van Buren was 8.
I didn't wake up early in the morning to be treated this way already.
You're getting smacked around.
He was number 16.
Come on.
He was 16?
Yes.
He was 16?
Absolutely.
Didn't live it out. Well, he did. We got 65. Yeah, April. I know.
He got reelected.
Listen, I know he got shot on April 14th, 1865.
When did he die?
The next day.
Good job.
Sic Semper Tyrannis is what John Wilkes Booth shouted as he jumped the balcony there.
Yeah.
Other than that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
Yeah, broke his ankle.
Yeah.
Probably should have done some more squats to be able to land that thing. Limped around for a while. Went to Dr. Mudd's house.
That's right, Samuel Mudd.
How'd that end up for him? Fortunately, been smeared through history now. He didn't even know. This date, 1869, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Rutgers defeats Princeton 6-4 in what is the first collegiate football game of all time. Shark, you got some sound from that?
I don't, Bob. And for those who don't know, it wasn't 2 safeties that got him to the 4 points. Back then, a field goal was worth 4.
There you go.
Was it really? Huh.
Yeah.
Hey,
Learn something new every day.
Rutgers, birthplace of football.
And they haven't stopped in 150 years.
Still trying to figure that thing out. Haven't perfected it yet. This date, 1901, William McKinley is reelected, the 25th president. Shark, how much longer did he survive his reelection?
His reelection?
Yeah, well, he got reelected.
Boy,
On
not
this date,
long.
1901, September 14th was when he was assassinated.
Okay.
So did not make it a full year.
Teddy was up in the Adirondacks when McKinley died, and they had to go find him. It took him
Yeah, he was out there hunting grizzly
9 days
hunting
to
black
get
bear.
back to Washington.
You got to switch. This day, 1947, Meet the Press debuts on NBC, the longest running TV show currently out there. Oh, gosh, what a tremendous song that off. 42 years ago in 1982, Up Where We Belong. If you're a military guy, I mean, did you put your uniform on and walk in and scoop up Heather like that?
What's that from?
It's from An Officer and a Gentleman with
He's never
Richard
seen
Gere.
that movie, I guarantee.
Oh, is
it.
that, that's with the Louis Gossett Jr., right? Yeah, I've never seen that one.
It's good.
Is that Joe Cocker? Who was it? Melissa? Is it Kim Carnes with him? It wasn't Kim Carnes, was it, in that song?
I don't know.
Shark?
No, Jennifer Warren.
Jennifer Warren.
There you go. This date, 1993, Holyfield defeats Riddick Bowe in 12 rounds for the heavyweight boxing title.
Right hand by Holyfield. Stops Bowe in his tracks. Both fighters looking as though they'd like to have a knockout. Crowd rises to its feet. For the second year in a row, they fought the fight of the year.
Chuck Jampa scores the bout. 114. 114. He has it even. Patricia Jarman scores the bout. 115 to 114. Jerry Roth scores it. 115 to 113 for the winner by majority decision. And once again, heavyweight champion of the world, Evander He won it.
There we go. My goodness, that
Were you
was
into
31
boxing
years.
back? Like, did you like?
Oh, back in the day when there was
Holyfield and Bowe and that.
It was like you go. We've had a lot of this lately. When
Well, we had Foreman
yesterday.
Michael Moore.
Yeah, I remember that one.
But what was the most memorable part of that fight right there, Holyfield?
Was that the fan man?
That was the parachute.
The parachute, that came in, yeah.
Coming in the 7th round, they had to stop.
That was
the
back
fight.
when heavyweight fighting was real. I mean,
Yes.
you had guys biting dudes' ears off, trading the belts around. I mean, there was a lot going on there in the early 90s, and then it just kind of faded away by 2000, unfortunately. Then in this date, 1995, the day Thitoff became a Steelers fan. Art Modell announces his signed deal to move the Cleveland Browns to Baltimore.
Cleveland Browns apparently set to skip town at the end of the year and move to Baltimore. In 1950, they joined the NFL, and from 1950 through 1964, they played in 8 title games, winning 4 of them. Paul Brown, Jim Brown, Otto Graham. The names go on for this storied franchise. Art Modell bought the club in the spring of 1961, but word came out, and our Chris Mortensen reported that he has agreed in principle, after all these years, to move the club in Baltimore. Not official yet, but a news conference tomorrow in Baltimore. Of course, this must be approved by 2/3 of the NFL owners, who conveniently are meeting Monday and Tuesday in Dallas. But we've seen teams move without approval before.
Which is amazing, because Al Davis jumped around a bunch. I mean, there was many teams that had moved, and I think it's a little more stringent now than it used to be. It used to be like, I'm just going to go here and play. What are you going to do, take my team? Now it's a little bit different. Some birthdays. Walter Johnson, born on this date, 1887. What's significant about Walter Johnson?
Well, his nickname was the Big Train, and he won over 400 games in the major leagues, and one of the greatest pitchers of all time.
It's also a Triple Crown. Triple Crowner.
Triple Crown pitching one, yep.
AL wins leader, MVP, and part of the first 5 Thitoff. That's the answer.
Oh,
I
that's
was
the part
looking
2,
for.
yeah. That's a good call.
First 5. Zig Ziglar, motivational speaker, born on this date, 1926. Sally Field. We didn't get any Sally there, Shark?
I didn't. I I like the Ethan Hawke sound better.
Okay, Sally Field turning 78. Glenn Fry, unfortunately, not celebrating his birthday, but born on this date in 1948 of the Eagles. So, Glenn Fry right there for you. And then Ethan Hawke, number of movies of fame, turning 54 years young.
Denzel Washington is a great actor. He really is. He's a great movie star and a great actor and an icon. Denzel Washington can eat actors for breakfast. And you know what? I wanted to help him be great. And I thought if he had to help carry my dead weight around, then it'd be a waste of his time. I wanted to be as real and full and vibrant as he was and not let him do the work for me. And I thought that if I did that, then he would truly excel. From the time I read the script, I thought, well, if I do my job right, Denzel Washington will win the Academy Award for this movie. Saw myself as an assist man on that movie, so I felt like mission accomplished when that happened.
Overrated.
What?
Ethan Hawke. Overrated.
What about Training Day?
Training Day is a good movie.
Okay.
You've actually seen that?
I've seen, of course. I see the classics.
Oh, of course.
Ethan Hawke, though, the way he tried to take credit there, that's what he's doing right there. That was Bush League. He took credit for Denzel. Yes, he's like, I had to get him the Oscar. That's my goal, get him the Oscar. Now, you know what?
That's what you got out of that.
That's all. To Denzel.
He was so humble in that interview.
No, he wasn't humble.
I didn't want him to drag me around like dead weight. What's his direct quote?
All I want to do is make sure when I'm here, you guys get great ratings. That's all I just want to assist. I don't need credit for it. I just want you to know, and if great ratings come out, I don't want any credit.
Do you feel like you're successful in that?
No, I don't know. Not at all. My whole goal is for you guys.
Okay, that's right. Pat Tillman, born on this date, 1976, passed away in 2004. The Arizona Cardinal and Arizona State Sun Devil. And then born on this date, 1989, Thidoff's favorite tight end of all time. Passed away, goodness gracious, 7 years ago. Aaron Hernandez. So I knew you'd be happy about that. I saw you smiling today having a birthday cupcake.
I had no idea
It's okay.
why you would do that to me.
Because if you say Ethan Hawke is garbage and
I didn't say he was garbage. He's overrated.
I think he's properly rated because I think he's decent. I never said he was great.
I think he thinks he's better than he is. He's too artsy for me.
Some holidays observances. It's basketball day. It's button day. It's National Block It Out Day. National Eating Healthy Day. Take a note that off. National Nachos Day and Saxophone Day. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. Wednesday, November 6th, the first Wednesday of the month, 311th day of the year, and 55 days remaining in this 2024.
A very Ethan Hawke-ish job there on this date in history, Bobby.
Just don't screw
that
off.
I got the button right the first time, didn't I? Coming next, Ryan Day spoke to the media. We'll tell you what he said. We'll do this next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. 2 big crashes we're watching. I-71 southbound just as you're passing 5th Avenue. Expect delays because of a crash in those southbound lanes. Also I-670 slow moving in those eastbound lanes just past the airport as crews work to clear up a crash right near that 270-670 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stutterwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Would you believe that giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people? Or that a single cloud can weigh 550 tons or more? Sounds fake, right? How about an insurance company that actually treats you right? Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. NJM Insurance is proud to put policyholders first. And they don't use jingles or mascots either. Don't believe me? Well, guess what? Everything in this commercial is true and approved by the legal department. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit njm.com for a quote.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
football fans, meet your new full-service auto partner, Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. From Honda to Ford to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, we have the perfect vehicle for every football fan. Stuck on the road? Our 24/7 towing and roadside assistance is just one call away, and our convenience service means no hassle, just great service. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. For unbeatable deals and unbelievable service, visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for Truehold. Home values in the city, well, they're sky high. We know that. You have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market is peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's the right time, except for two things. High interest rates are going to burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Pretty smart, right? Truehold is going to make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others, and it's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, secure your retirement, and do whatever you want with it. It's your cash. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. Again, that's Truehold.com.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
Ohio's public educators are dedicated professionals who are committed to helping all students reach their full potential. No exceptions. Let's make sure educators have a seat at the table when policy decisions are being made, and trust the professionals to do the jobs they were trained to do. Because in Ohio, public education matters.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
It'll be a wet Wednesday morning commute. Rain is expected before 9 o'clock in the morning, then cloudy and dry this afternoon, high 71. Dry tonight, low 50. Sunshine returns tomorrow with a high of 64. I'm meteorologist Dylan Rubshad with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Wednesday with us. Always entertaining in the chat, Bobby. Sean says if Tito really wants the show to be better, he'll let Shark host. He'll go run the board and be quiet.
We've tried to suggest that. Shark doesn't want to. So you know what, Sean? Why don't you give him a call?
Yes.
821-9710. Give Shark a call and say, we've lobbied to get him on the other side of the glass. Doubt. He goes, you know what I want to do? I want to just cruise on out. I want to get on that horse and just ride into the sunset for these next 7 months. 8 months?
Something like that.
8 months?
8 months.
8 months. Imagine having 8 months in a week left to work.
It's amazing. I probably got less than that.
I'm jealous of myself.
Shark, serious. Like, anybody wants to know this? I would much rather have Shark host. I would rather listen to Shark than me.
I'm going to be honest. I saved everybody, though, by me being on, because when I walked in there was some sort of nonsensical baseball discussion going on that no one under the age of 50 would have any interest in. We want to get into polling demographics and everything else. I was like, you know what? I can listen to this for 30 seconds. And then after that, I'd have to move on.
Shark and I could host a show. It'd have to be on AM something, though. Could be an FM or could be a satellite thing. It'd have to be AM because of how old we're talking.
Come on, Tito. You know how many minutes of high heat I've listened to in my life? 0. And I take a lot of pride in that.
You didn't like that stat? We were talking about Hall of Fame. We were talking about the 500 home run club. We were doing that.
I understand what you were saying. And I got enough of it to get enough of it.
Yeah.
But where everybody loses me is when people, like, they don't acknowledge the steroid guys. So I'm like, I'm done with this. And we pretend like that didn't happen now. And those guys, well, these guys, but their numbers don't count. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. So that's where I get lost.
We don't pretend it didn't happen. We're darn well sure it happened, and we don't want him in the Hall of Fame, Bob.
Who's we?
We baseball fans.
Just like you. You want to put him in the ground before you put him in the Hall. Just like Pete. Just wait him out until he dies. It's okay. One day they'll all be dead, and then you'll be like, man.
One day they'll all be in the Hall of Fame. I guarantee it. There's going to be some old-timers committee down the road that will put them in, and I hope I'm dead
Finally,
when
the Gen Zers and millennials take over and push out Peter Gammons and push him into the ground, hopefully his plot's dug and they're ready to go.
Gammons in the Hall, right?
I'm sure he's in the broadcasting wing.
Broadcasting wing. For what? Being an old dude that yells at people on TV?
Bob Feller once said, if they ever put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame, I'll never come back to Cooperstown. And look, now both of them are dead.
I mean, that's a little bit Bobby Knight-esque, where he's like, I'm not coming back here till all these guys are gone. He's like, Bob, most of them are dead. Well, good. Like, maybe the greatest, the most unexpected response of all time. Well, good. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm glad we know where he stands.
All right, Ryan Day, head coach for Ohio State. He's talking about, look, the offensive line, Bobby, very
Big
impressed.
Barry Bonds fan, Ryan Day is.
I might say probably not on that one.
No way. He said, look at you see the juice that they were bringing out there on Saturday? A lot of energy, a lot of juice, a lot of passion.
I understand that. Here is Ryan Day talking about Carson Hinsman.
Pump him up.
Growth and maturity.
Carson has toughness. Carson has athleticism. Carson's smart. And I think after watching the film and maybe not taking on as much of the stuff in terms of making all the calls and everything like that, that maybe having Seth there next to him and Donnie over here next to him allowed him to focus on his job and not, be worried about all the different things that happen. Like he can go play football. And that's what he did. So I think there's a lot of growth and maturity there emotionally.
I would like to talk about this because I'd like to give Carson Hinsman some flowers in like the most positive sense.
Sure.
Because last year he started at center for Ohio State. Luke Whippler, I think, unexpectedly left, and I think he thought he was going to get drafted a little higher. He ends up going 4th round to the Browns. I think he'll end up having a good NFL career, and the returns for him have been good early. But that thrust Carson Hinsman into playing probably center before he was ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes out there, and he didn't play bad, but there's just a lot of things to handle playing center. It's like playing running back versus quarterback. I mean, guard versus center, there's a lot of differences. You got to make all the calls. You got to be the guy. You've always got to make sure you're being locked in. And unfortunately, it was probably a little much for him early. And then there were some comments that were made at the end of the season. He didn't start in the bowl game. And he could have transferred. He could have went left. He could have transferred after the spring, took his ball, went home, and cried about it. Instead, he went to worked his butt off all summer. Did we talk about Carson Hinsman once being the right guard candidate?
No, I don't think we did. Was the podcast thing that happened, he said last year, is that what got him in hot water with?
I think so, about not practicing quite as much, as the bowl game as they did for the national championship. And it was more of a timing thing of when the game was versus not having the extra days.
Right.
So I guess if you wanted to not have any time off, they could have kept practicing. But that's neither here nor there. But he stepped up, but wasn't really talked about in the right guard battle. And didn't complain, didn't hear him say anything. 8 weeks go by, he gets a shot. And when he gets his shot, he takes advantage of it. And he goes out there and plays one heck of a football game and makes this offensive line say, hey, this is a national – we're not just going to have to nurse this thing. You dominated Penn State. You knocked them off the ball.
Yeah.
You helped the fact that Donovan Jackson was able to move the tackle. You proved to be the answer inside. Jackson's only going to get better at tackle, and you are an asset now on this team. And so it's a testament to his fortitude, his work ethic, like everything about him. And I think that just needs to be noticed. And people need to talk about it, and they need to understand. And Ryan was very complimentary of him there. And sometimes you need a little bit of growth, and that doesn't just happen overnight. And so I'm very happy for Carson and everything that went into this. Played a heck of a football game, and now the standard's out there, buddy. Like, you've got to go do that each and every week.
Does any part of you, Bobby, look at it and say, and I'm trying not to find the dark cloud and the silver lining.
Why did it take so long? Is that what you're going to say?
That's what I was going to ask you, is why is it? Because it seemed like this combination of offensive linemen worked. Like the way whatever it was, the Rubik's Cube, you flip it around, whatever it was, this worked.
Donovan Jackson is better at guard than tackle.
No doubt about it.
And he's going to get better at tackle. He was going against a first, second round defensive end.
Absolutely.
And that's a tough
way to get indoctrinated into that, yes.
And so he had some challenges. I will say this. I will resort. I know you're a big Middle Earth guy, Thidoff, Lord of the Rings.
I never saw it.
It's okay. But you read the books.
Yeah, it started to. They got boring.
Big Dungeons and Dragons guy. A wizard is never late or early. He arrives precisely when he intends to. And so while people may lament the fact that why wasn't he playing earlier, and I can even sit there and say, well, he wasn't in the right guard conversation. Was there an issue with that and all these other things? Just be happy that you got to where you got
Absolutely,
to.
Bobby.
I understand. Why didn't they play this early? Well, you weren't going to bench Josh Simmons and put Don Jackson.
Nope.
You could have made the argument he could have played right guard.
Yep. Maybe
he's not as good on the right side. I don't know. Maybe Private Santiago was an early riser. Maybe he didn't have any friends. Is that what you brought me here, Shark, to talk about phone calls and footlockers?
I've seen most of that movie.
But that's most of. What, did you turn it off? Was it good?
No,
enough?
I never watched start to finish. I usually pick it up like halfway through or something, and then you get to the big speech at the end and all that. Jack?
You got to watch Lieutenant Caffey? Come on. Yeah. I'm going to talk to you about taking care of yourself, Thidoff.
Oh, good.
That's when you're sitting there. And the ones you love. As we age, our bodies naturally lose testosterone. It can affect you in a multitude of ways. Maybe you're not sleeping well. Maybe you got mood swings, loss of muscle mass, got some weight gain. Maybe you just don't have the to go out there, work a day, go coach your kids, run around with them, mow the grass, rake some leaves, put up decorations. Maybe just the energy to do the things you want to do. These symptoms of low testosterone can affect those around you or less of a person. It's time to see my friends over at Affinity Whole Health. They're the leader in testosterone hormone replacement therapy. Affinity can help you optimize your T levels to alleviate those symptoms. They can also help you lose weight with semaglutide injections. You can pair them together. They can develop a custom treatment plan that's right for you. So whatever season of life you're in, whether you're a dude or a dudette, they've got programs at Affinity that will help you feel great again. So get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Coming up next, we got our first look at the CFP rankings last night, and this team has a legitimate gripe. We'll talk about that next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Still watching crews clearing up a crash on I-71 southbound. We've got the right shoulder blocked off just as you're passing 5th Avenue. And then on the east side on I-670, as you're heading eastbound just past the airport, expect some lane closures on the left because of a crash that crews are working to clear up right near the 670-270 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
A single cloud can weigh 550 tons. A sports car fits inside a hippo's mouth. NJM Insurance puts policyholders first. Seems unbelievable, but it's all true and approved by legal. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit NJM.com for a quote.
They just busted a man in our town with a 30-pound bag of hamster bones on him. And my buddy's like, what'd they charge him with? I'm like, with working for Satan, brother. The dude had 30 pounds of hamster bones. The ivory of Arkansas.
From his Netflix special Regular People and hit podcast this past weekend, Theo Von's Return of the Rat Tour, coming to Schottenstein Center November 14th. Tickets on sale now at theovon.com.
Bishop and Friends.
You can't really judge what this team is or not. You know it's talented. Until you're punched in the mouth, you don't really know what you have.
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Meijer holiday deals are here. Shop now and find gifts for everyone on your list. Like a Gourmet 7 or 8 quart air fryer, just $59.99. Save $40. Buy one, get one 40% off on Barbie dolls and play sets. Buy one, get one 40% off board or card games. And Falls Creek or Colorful Planet Kids sweaters for $12.99. Count on Meijer to help make the holidays extra special. Shop even more great holiday deals like these in-store or in the Meijer app. Exclusions apply.
Common Man and T-Bone here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Hey, Bone, did you know the sportsbook is now called ESPN Bet?
I did, and you can watch your favorite teams on the biggest screens, place your bets, and grab some wings with an ice-cold pint.
Maybe you're too boring and don't want to go to the casino. Good news. You can keep the action going and place your bets on the go with the ESPN Bet app.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook is your 50-yard line ticket to odds, point spreads, and over-unders.
It's the place to be. Losers must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
It's all about seeking solutions. We take your concerns to the people in power, and we hold them accountable for both their answers and their actions. It's not just about breaking the story and being the first to tell it. It's about breaking that story and being the first to get it right.
Trust is something that's not given, it's earned. And at 10 TV at 6, we are going to give you the most accurate information, and we're going to give it to you straight.
Seeking solutions. This is 10 TV News at 6 and streaming on 10 TV Plus.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And when it comes to fall, we often think of those cooler temperatures, the trees changing colors, the bonfires in the evening, and of course, football season. We less often think of those home projects that we've been neglecting or failed to finish up before those harsh Ohio winter hits. If you need to have your roof inspected or it's on your to-do list, you can ensure that Newman Roofing will get you ready for those harsh winter storms. The team over at Newman has you covered, and they're family-owned and locally operated right here in Central Ohio since 1992. The 3 generations that have been in the roofing industry, they have the expertise to handle any issue you may be facing with your roof. Folks, they took care of my roof. They did a fantastic job. They're the experts, and they will give you the white glove treatment, because when your name is on it, it just means more. So if you need your roof repaired or replaced this fall, call the company you can trust. That's Newman Roofing at newmanroofing.com or 614-NEW-ROOF.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You are listening to Morning Juice.
That would be right around 200, I think, something like that. Anyway, the NBA has been back for a couple of weeks now, and FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is celebrating by letting you catch all the action. Right now, FanDuel giving everyone 3 months of NBA League Pass. All you have to do to catch every tip-off and buzzer beater is place any $5 bet on the NBA to get 3 months of NBA League Pass, courtesy of FanDuel. I can't think of anything simpler, Bob. Place a $5 bet on the NBA and get 3 months of NBA League Pass.
Gosh, think about it. Tonight you could be watching the Pistons at the Hornets, maybe even the Raptors at the Kings. It's the content you didn't know you needed, and FanDuel, they're going to hook you up with it. So just visit FanDuel.com/juice to make every moment more this season. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or older in present Ohio. After 3-month free trial, full price of League Pass will be automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime, no refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, CFP comes out last night, Bobby. And
is that what happened?
That's what we got. CFP rankings.
NFL trade deadline, election day. I mean, before we go,
no, let's not do this.
No, this isn't. I'm not going into it. This isn't a political thing.
Of course,
try to stay politically free. And believe me, I'm going to save my dagger for you for the 7:30 hour, 7:30 segment. But can we not have had the CFP rankings today? Like,
everything's going on, yeah.
I mean, with everything going on politically and like election-wise, it feels like it could have been prudent to just be like, you know what, we're going to do it every Tuesday, except for the first one, and we're going to do that one on Wednesday, and give it kind of its own day to breathe a little bit. I mean, I did a show with XM from 6 to 9 last night, and it's just, Like, I'm not sitting here telling you, like, I know it's an escape, and, I'm doing that, and it's great. And, I'm looking at some election stuff and watching, Joey and McElroy and all those guys up there, and it was fine. But, like, wouldn't it just have been so much easier just to do it today? Yeah. To kind of have its own standalone. And we don't have to do it every Wednesday, just the first.
Just the first one. There's no rules on the way to do it, yeah.
Every fourth year, we could kind of do it because I'm going to let you know a little secret. Election day off, even though you don't maybe know/care about it, is always the first Tuesday
of November.
Yeah,
I know that.
And so we have a presidential election, maybe we just wait a day. Just wait a day. I don't know. It's just a thought.
No, I'm with you. I think that makes a lot of sense. When you saw the rank, I'll tell you, when I saw the rankings first, I think the team that has the biggest gripe right now.
Oh, who's the biggest beef?
Army.
We'll call this Thidoff's beef.
Army at 25. We'll go. Look, you know this, I'm sure. Oregon 1, Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, Miami 4, Texas 5, Penn State 6, Tennessee 7, Indiana 8, BYU 9, Notre Dame 10, Alabama 11, Boise State 12.
Pretty strong showing from the Big Ten. I mean,
4 Big Tens, 4 ACCs, or 4 ACCs. Yeah.
4 in the top 8.
Yep.
And 4 SEC. You've got Miami smooshed in there.
Yep.
And BYU sitting there at 9, Notre Dame at 10. Like, Boise, what's interesting is I thought we were going to have this conversation today to explain to folks. Mm-hmm. It's not the top 12.
Right.
It's the top 4 conference champions, plus the next highest conference champion, which is an at-large at 5th, which is Boise in this case. Yeah. And Boise is 12th, so they wouldn't kick anybody out. Because if Boise was 13th and SMU was 12th, it would be Boise and not SMU getting in.
Correct.
And so that would be something that would need to be explained to the folks. Couple of interesting things here as we look at this. Is there a scenario that if BYU loses, let's say they lose to Colorado in the Big 12 championship game, that Boise gets a bye and the Big 12 champ does not?
Oh, I think it's definitely possible.
I think that's in play.
Yep.
And your Army, Thidoff's beef, if you will, that's what we need to have when you come on, Thidoff's beef. Shark, we get some production around that.
I can't believe it's like high on Shark's list to do that today.
Deep voice, man.
Yeah.
Put something in there.
Now it's time for Thidoff's beef. And your daily beef, or maybe the daily beef.
Could be that, yeah.
I like it. I mean, you're a beefy guy, so that makes a lot of sense. So,
Army at 25.
Army at 25.
They're behind 3-loss Louisville. They're behind 2-loss Clemson, 2-loss Missouri. And
their strength of schedule is not.
It's not very good, but
it's bad.
But they've knocked down everybody in front of them.
They have.
I'm just saying. I would have had them.
So is Indiana. And I had someone tell me that they didn't deserve to be in the top 15.
Well, that's ridiculous.
And I go, have you watched them play?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're like, they haven't played anyone. I go, neither has Miami.
Right.
And by the way, 2 of those games were kind of snatched away from the other team, and Duke took them into the fourth quarter. Indiana hadn't trailed all year until Michigan State, and then after dropping down 10-0 said, hold my beer, and proceeded to drop 40 on them, and they've won every game by 2 touchdowns. And if you've watched any Indiana this season, there is no doubt who the best team on the field is by the middle of the second quarter. It is far and away the Hoosiers. So their game control, like they've literally knocked down everyone. Army has an interesting opportunity, though, because they play Notre Dame, who's sitting there at 10.
Yeah, that'll be the one.
So they've got an opportunity. Now, Navy didn't necessarily take advantage of it. Army, people think, is probably a little better than Navy this year. Maybe they're better situated to be able to do that. That's going to be November 23rd. It will be a night game on NBC. Do you know where that game is going to be played?
Is this the one that's going to be played in Landover? I can't remember what it is.
It says it's at Notre Dame.
Oh, it's at Notre Dame? Oh, I thought it was a neutral site.
It usually is. It doesn't say.
Because Notre Dame only has like a couple of true road games this year is all.
Yeah, but that's I think that's in South Bend. So.
Army's the only team that hasn't trailed yet at all this year in college football. Everyone else had trailed at some point.
Indiana trailing.
Michigan State was one. I'm just saying that Army, look, I know they'll get an opportunity, but I think they deserve to be ranked ahead of some of these teams with 2 or 3 losses for certain.
I'm not debating that. Do I think that they should probably be ahead of Louisville? Probably. The problem is there's not a ton. That's one of the only 3-loss teams. Like, do I think Clemson? I think Clemson's better than Army. Missouri, probably.
I don't know if Missouri is or not.
Washington State, Kansas State, like, there's a handful in there. I think Colorado is probably better than them. But let's give them a couple weeks here, Sean. see how they do this week, and then see what they do against Notre Dame.
Sure, they'd make a huge jump if they would beat Notre Dame, or at least just even compete with Notre Dame.
If they beat Notre Dame and go undefeated, it'll be interesting to see what they do versus Boise, because Boise's best win is a close loss against Oregon.
Right.
And they've done basically everything else. They've dispatched everyone else the same way that, Army has or whomever.
It will be interesting to see, Bobby, how they we've got all these different scenarios where you could have
Fidoff's beef.
You could have so many different ties to play in the conference championship games. There could be like a bunch of teams with 2 losses. Hell, the Big Ten could suffer something like that too. If Indiana somehow beat Ohio State, you could have Indiana with Indiana there undefeated, but if they would lose in later on or something, or lose to Michigan, say Indiana loses to Michigan, but then beats Ohio State. You're going to have Penn State with 1 loss, Indiana 1 loss, Ohio State 1 loss in the conference, and they'd have 2 losses at that point, I guess. But there's so many things we can have in the SEC. There could be like a 6-team, 6-way tie.
There's some mess stuff in the SEC too. So what happens when you have 85 teams and none of them play each other?
Well, that's the thing, Bobby. This could, right now, I feel like this is one of the greatest so far, one of the greatest college football seasons ever. But if it works out to where you have teams that are either undefeated or 1 loss in their conference that get booted out of the conference title game by some kind of screwy tiebreaker, like a 9th level tiebreaker, it could automatically turn into chaos right away as far as that goes, and could completely derail a lot of what's been exciting so far in this college football season. But nonetheless, we got a lot of meaningful games still coming up. Good Lord. So many good ones still to play. In play this week, you've got Georgia's got Georgia, Ole Miss, Alabama,
and
LSU.
Georgia still plays Alabama, LSU. That's kind of Alabama, LSU is basically a de facto.
It's an elimination game, yeah.
Whoever loses, that's out. Whoever wins it has a pretty good path of being able to get in at 10-2, and you're going to have a nice victory right there with that. But I think Georgia still has to play Ole Miss and Tennessee. So while they could eliminate Ole Miss, they could also. Georgia could also drop one of those games, which could be tough for them. They've got a tough back half of their schedule.
Real quick, I know you got someone who want to read here, but John Schneider, I don't think it's from the Duke boys. John Schneider. John Schneider.
Rob's brother.
No, it's not. But Luke Wopat, was it? No, Luke Duke. It was Tom Wopat. That was the other Duke guy, right, Shark? Anyway, he points out in the chat, Army Notre Dame is at Yankee Stadium.
Okay, for some reason it wasn't popping up like that. It just said home game. It didn't show that, which I thought that both of those games, which they generally are, played in obviously the big city. But you want to wake up with joint pain. I know how it feels. Not anymore, thanks to QC Kinetics. Like me, you deserve to be pain-free. No surgery, no meds, no downtime. And if you're a good candidate for these new treatments, Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics can get you there like they did for myself and also my dad. Let me tell you what they did. So my knee was bothering me. My dad's knee was bothering me. Heard about QC Kinetics. We go in there. We went through their regenerative cellular treatment process. We had 2 different approaches with this, different stages and age, but neither of us had any downtime. We go through their number of different appointments. You got relief. I went back to being able to run. I thought I was going to have surgery on my knee. My dad was able to walk better, go up and down stairs a little better, and feel some relief like that, just like thousands of other satisfied patients. And right now, folks, there's no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. And towards the end of the year, if you have those HSA and FSA funds that you need to use towards your treatment, if they're going to expire, they could be spent towards this relief. Consultation is free. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544 and check out one of their offices in Dublin or Gahanna.
All right, coming up next is the Quick Hitter. It's Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching delays on 670 eastbound near the airport due to a crash. Also tracking new crashes on 33 westbound just past Gender Road. Watch for delays going westbound on the southeast side. Crews are also working a crash on 270 northbound near the 161 split on the northeast side. And then on I-270 southbound right near the Cemetery Road area out in Hilliard. Expect delays because of a crash that has the left shoulder blocked off. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Scotty Vegas here, and November is Veterans Month, a time to celebrate and honor the heroes who have served our country. This November, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is showing their appreciation for active duty veterans and spouses by offering 15% off your entire Awaken 180 program. Free support for life included. It's a thank you for the sacrifices you've made protecting our freedoms and making this country what it is. This is a special. Awaken 180 has never offered a discount, ever. If this incentive can help turn your focus on you, your health, your goals, and your happiness, I say go for it. Do what I did and choose a solution for weight loss. So if you're active duty, a veteran, or a spouse of one, this month is about you. Celebrate Veterans Month with 15% off your Awaken 180 program. And as with all clients, receive free support for life after reaching your goals. Do what I did, and over 23,000 others have done. Take control at awaken180weightloss.com.
Now, in our last session, you said you were hearing noises.
Terrible noises.
Tell me more.
Same time every morning.
Can you describe them?
Well, it starts like yee and then turns into woo woo woo.
Indeed. And does it also come with a...
That's exactly what it is. How did you know, Doctor?
This is a symptom of not having an Apex Pros water heater.
Doctor, I know my husband, and he would never...
And the sound then goes yip yip woo woo woo. I'm writing you a prescription for an Apex Pros water heater.
You really think this will help?
Apex Pros, the pros who knows. First you doubt me, then you doubt the pros who knows.
I'm not doubting. I just didn't think my husband would make such
the unnecessary suffering of surprise cold water. I've seen it 1,000 times. Apex Pros even has tankless solutions that provide never-ending warm water.
Wow.
The crazy sounds will go away by tomorrow. Now here's my bill. Now about that sound.
It's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows. The official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great. You get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course, we're talking turkey. With a vet pricing and the credit approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Did you wake up with joint pain? I know how that feels, but not anymore thanks to QC Kinetics. Just like me, you deserve pain relief with no surgery and no meds. And if you're a good candidate for these new treatments, Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics can get you there like they did for me and my dad. You see, my dad and I trusted QC Kinetics because they are the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments. This technology that's giving people like you and I an option other than surgery, all natural approach to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. QC Kinetics joint pain treatments can be life-changing for so many people. And I can tell you, and I get tested, I needed surgery. And my dad, his knee was bothering him, and he can walk now, and I can go run and do the things I want to do. We got relief just like tens of thousands of other people. And it's getting near the end of the year, so you can use those HSA and FSA funds before they may expire at year's end. So go check them out at 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544. That's QCkinetics.com/Columbus in Dublin and Gahanna.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we're looking at rain in the morning. As we head into the afternoon, though, we do dry up quite a bit. High 71. Sunshine returns on your Thursday with a high of 64. Sunny on Friday, high 65. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby. Shark with you. Let's just do quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Hi, boys.
Good morning, Shark.
Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. The transfer portal continues to create some incredible stories. In his first 3 college basketball seasons, Tyreek Smith played at Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and SMU. And then he entered the transfer portal again. And 7 months ago was on his way to Memphis, Penny Hardaway's team.
Oh, yeah, Lil Penny.
Well, Memphis played its season opener on Monday, but on Monday, Tyreek Smith decided to enter the transfer portal again on the day of the opener. Apparently, he was in an NIL dispute with the Tigers.
Before we go any further, because I'm not fully abreast at the windows for basketball, and football.
I know what you're going to ask, and I don't know.
I'm not saying if he's getting in there. I mean, could he have transferred and play this year? Though
I don't believe he can. I don't because the academic year's already started. I think that once the academic year starts, that's when you can't play. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what happened with another player. That the kid from. The kid from UNLV, he'd already played games, though, so he couldn't play for 2 teams in the same season. I don't believe he can.
Anyway, Tito, my question to you is it time to put a limit on how many times you can enter the transfer portal?
It's an easy answer.
Well, I know. No is the answer.
Why?
I think you should be able to transfer every year if you want to.
What?
I think if you want to transfer to another school every year, you can do that. I think it's free. Look, I'm not saying it's right, Bobby. Look, honestly, that's
off's beef.
No, listen, it's fair. If coaches can do it, why can't players do it?
Do you see coaches go to 4 schools in 4 years?
They could, right?
I mean, in theory, that's a lot of buyouts, and
it certainly is. But the option is there for the coaches if they want to, right? Why should it be there for the players? The ADs have the same option.
I'm a big pro player. Coaches are also fully formed adults, and there are also there are consequences with them doing that, and there's contracts and things that need to be broken and paid and everything else. I'm a big believer in transfers. I think you should be able to transfer one time.
Just once.
You make a decision. Now, maybe if your coach leaves, it opens up.
Okay.
It opens up again.
What if the person what if you get recruited to go play football somewhere, and the OC or the quarterback coach is the one who really convinced you to go there?
Okay.
And then they leave. Could you leave then?
No.
It just has to be the head coach.
Head coach leaves. Or if you get some sort of sanctions, which that's not even a thing anymore.
There's no sanctions.
But if you my dad told me that when he goes, he's like, go someplace, make sure that you're picking it for the right reasons. It's not just a position coach. My defensive coordinator did leave after 2 years, and Mark D'Antonio, and he was my recruiting person as well.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, yeah. Was I going to follow him to Cincinnati? Was I going to go somewhere else? I mean, I could have. I think people should have the opportunity to leave, but there is something to teaching. This dude is going to learn nothing in life. And he's probably not going to be very successful in his basketball career.
Maybe not.
But that's what scholastic sports are supposed to teach.
But it's by his own hand.
I understand that, and that's fine. But I don't let my kid play with a gun and say, like, hey, we'll learn on the fly.
No.
We're going to learn on the fly, bud. And it's by his own hand. There needs to be some level of restriction and guideline. And I'm all for it. Your coach, head coach leaves, you want to transfer, cool. Something happens at the school, fine. Everybody gets one free one. Great. You go to graduate transfer, you get another free one. If you graduate in 4 years and you can go somewhere else again. But there have to be some sort of stage gates and a process to where you just can't be like, well, I'm unhappy here. They lied to me about my NIL. Like, get it in writing beforehand. Get those rules iced up. And when you do that, then you'll be able to have a more successful sport. Because right now, this isn't sustainable.
Bobby, I as a fan, I'd rather be the way you talk about it. As a fan, I would love for it to be one transfer and that's it. That's all. Like, as a fan, that'd be great. I don't like this, but we're letting kids, as a society, they can do this in high school too.
We want a consequence-free life, That's the problem. And
it's not consequence-free for this guy.
It is.
No, like you just said, I think he's making a poor choice. I think it's going to end up hurting him.
Yeah.
So, but he's an adult. He can make these choices.
Is he, though? Because he grew up in the AAU culture where people probably wiped his rear end his entire life and told him how great he was.
That's fair.
And so this is the problem. He's been lied to his entire existence.
No doubt.
So no one has ever told him the truth. And like now you want freedom of consequence, and this is not how it works.
The guy's he's going to end up burying himself by doing this and hurting himself by doing this, especially if he has to sit out this year. It's another year out there. And so I believe that it'd be better for the games if they did not get to transfer as much as they do.
I think it would be better for the players.
It could be.
I think it would be. It would be better for them as human beings if there were some restrictions. I'm not saying you can't transfer. I'm saying you get one free without penalty. If something happens at your school, you can also transfer. And if you graduate, you can transfer again. Poof, David Copperfield.
Would you do the same thing with high school? I mean, look, Bobby.
High school, I would say this. High school is a little different because your parents, there could be people that legitimately move.
Right.
And I don't know how to do it. It's like the faking of injuries.
Sure.
If you have a split parent situation and there's different issues that are going on. But I'm more for the fact of, yes, there should be some commitment that you have to make. And when you break it, there is some pain involved in doing that.
It's like Mayola transferred to Georgia because he wanted to be closer to the Bulldogs where he was going. It wasn't necessarily a parental thing.
And also, they said their high school. I talked to his dad about that. I played with him. I talked to him before the game in Nebraska. And he's like, they have really good high school football down there.
Right.
And he's like, it was better than where we were at. I said, okay. And that's why they're still in Georgia. He's like, they went to Nebraska. They didn't move there.
Right.
They have another son that's still playing.
Sure.
So,
I mean, but you see that, though, where you could see kids, and that's like, if there's better football, if there's better basketball somewhere for this kid from Memphis,
too. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
The kid isn't 18, so you have to do what your parents want to do. And so sometimes your parents are the ones that are knuckleheads in that, not the kid.
Okay, fair enough. Is that a record, just one on quick hitters there, Shark? We
Yes,
set a record there, didn't we?
that's a record.
Good. All right. I'm glad I got myself in the record book somehow. And not for the glory. I'm glad you guys were in the record books. It's for you. Coming up next, NFL trade deadline came and went. We'll break it down for you next in the re-rack. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews respond to a crash on the southeast side on 33 westbound, just past Gender Road. Expect some delays over there. 670 eastbound, also still tracking a crash just past the airport. We've got shoulders blocked off just as you're passing Stelzer Road. And then at the 161-270 split on the northeast side, going northbound on 270, expect things to be slightly delayed because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU.
The perfect low-rate card for your wallet.
Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Ready to hit the road in a new car? With Pathways, enjoy up to 90 days with no payments and low auto loan rates. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ready to be the change and have a positive impact on your community? Consider joining the Columbus Division of Police. Starting pay is $70,000 plus, growing to 6 figures after 4 years of service. We offer paid vacations, paid holidays, and health insurance. Do you aspire to complete your degree? We offer 100% tuition reimbursement after you complete your first year of service. Contact the CPD recruiting unit at jobs@columbuspolice.org or apply online at columbus.gov/government/jobs. The City of Columbus is an equal opportunity employer.
Fall is here and so are cooler temps. And are you craving some slow roasted turkey and dressing yet? Me? It's Bobby Carpenter. I love Thanksgiving. I just don't love it at Thanksgiving time. I love it all year long. And so the more I can get it, the better it is. And so at Bob Evans, you don't have to wait to Thanksgiving to be able to enjoy their delicious turkey that's been slow roasted for 6 hours. Their turkey and dressing dinner plate is available any day for just $8.99. Or you can even try the turkey and dressing family meal to go at bobevans.com.
Football is built on tradition, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With a lifetime powertrain warranty on every vehicle purchase, you know you're getting a relationship that's built to last. Need service? Our Car Convenience service takes care of everything, from picking up your vehicle to dropping it off when it's done, leaving you with a rental car in between. And with 4 dealerships and a collision center, Hinderer Motor Company is your one-stop shop for all things automotive. Visit HinderMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Quality, transparency, integrity, craftsmanship, and consistency. Those are the words that seem lost by many in the construction industry, but not on Newman Roofing. Because when your name is on it, it just means more. NewmanRoofing.com.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. Jelani Cambridge of Nashville was the three-time Tennessee Girls Basketball High School Player of the Year. The five-star recruit chose to play her college hoops at Ohio State. In her debut last night, Cambridge was 12 of 14 from the field. Her 31 points in 26 minutes helped the 14th-ranked Buckeyes whip Cleveland State 104-69 in the season opener. The Blue Jackets put 50 shots on goal at San Jose, but only one of them got by Sharks goalie Vitek Vanacek. That was a third-period shot by Kirill Marchenko that tied the game at 1, but former Jacket Alex Wenberg scored at 3:11 of overtime to give the Sharks a 2-1 victory. If the college football season ended today, Ohio State would be the 5th seed and would host 12th-seeded Boise State in the first round of the playoffs. The first CFP rankings of the season were revealed last night, and the Buckeyes are ranked 2nd but seeded 5th because fellow Big Ten member Oregon is number 1. Breaking sports news on The Fan.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
All right, Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark with you. Let's do a little re-rack here, Bobby.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right, Bobby, last night we got the CFP rankings came out. We heard Oregon 1, Ohio State 2, although because of the way it all works, Ohio State they would be a 5 seed in that scenario. Based on the rankings that were released, if that held true, which it won't, but Ohio State would be hosting Boise State in the first-round game, and a victory there would take them out to play BYU next. Not the worst thing in the world. I think Ohio State would be a pretty damn good favorite over both those teams. And
honestly, I don't hate that. Like, if that was the case, like if you could tell me that the season ended today,
yeah,
and you would play Boise at home,
right?
You get a home game, playoff game of the shoe, and your second game was going to be BYU, which is why I ultimately think that the conference champions won't be given the byes or top 4 seeds moving forward.
Okay.
Like, you'll get in,
yeah,
but you're not going to be given one of these, because you could make an argument that if you don't play in your conference championship game, the 5 seed is the place you want to be, because you're going to play a Big 12 team that isn't great if you win, and you're going to probably play the automatic qualifier from the 5th.
Group of 5. Yes, yeah.
And so you'll probably, like Ohio State, just throwing it out there, I'm guessing they would be at least 8.5-point favorites in each game.
I would think too.
If not over
more.
10.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Boise State, you'd probably be 11-14, and probably the same with a BYU or a Colorado. And so it's like, there you go. Poof, David Copperfield, you're in the semifinal. You've got to play 2 games. Now, granted, the wear and tear and some of those things, but one of them was at home. Got to play the next one against a team that you were clearly better than.
Yeah.
And so you're building up to that. And then you've got to ultimately play, I guess it would be the 1 seed.
It'd be Oregon at that point,
in the semifinal, but it's like, okay.
Neutral site, I'll take my chances there.
You feel good about that.
Yeah.
Had a couple games to get under your belt.
Ohio State's now the betting favorite right now to win the national championship. They're the betting favorite.
And there you go.
By the way,
you parlay that with a presidential bid, maybe some other stuff in there. I didn't realize. If you're a true degenerate, that you can put a lot of the futures and just put all those things together. Maybe snag someone for a Wimbledon next year. Maybe a Masters champ.
Are you saying right now, without saying it, you think Scotty Vegas has some kind of
I guarantee
parlay that involved that?
Oh, for sure.
I know he put it the other day. He put it the other day.
Rothman, dude. Rothman would tell me, he's like, I've got this. And I'm like, Rothman, these are all like different sporting events that are over like a 4 or 5 month deal.
Right. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't have the bandwidth to be able to look at all that. He's like, I'll get a little taste of this and give me that. And he goes, the odds are tremendous. I'm like,
well, I did something this year where I did, and again, this is based on conversation I had with Scotty Vegas and the crossover between, we had Fan Sports Sunday and On the Money, but some like 4-team conference champions combinations.
It's a fool's bet. People try to do that with the NFL, with conference champions and different things. I'm like, they don't tell you who's going to lose, but they know one of them is.
Right. You could
have probably took Ohio State, Miami. SEC be a little dicey. I think Georgia or Texas would have been the 2, and they're still probably going to be the 2 that play at the end.
Right.
And have an opportunity for that. But the Big 12 is what would have done you in.
Well, the one I got talked into was Ohio State.
That's Serpentine.
Georgia.
Okay.
Utah, Florida State.
See, Utah, Florida State.
Preseason now.
I get that, but like
everyone was hyping up Florida State preseason.
You tell me you believed in DJ?
Oh, ukulele? Yeah. No, I don't. Not anymore. I don't. Look, Florida State's dead to me. I'm saying,
Didn't you watch him last year, though? Didn't you watch him at Clemson? Like
I watched. I believed in Florida. It was a mistake. I get it. I do have one, though. 2 tickets that are still alive. Okay.
You and Eddie Money?
One of them is
not alive, unfortunately.
Dead also. I've got Ohio State, Georgia, Miami, and Kansas State.
There's a chance for that.
And then Ohio State, Miami, Georgia, and Iowa State.
There's a chance for that.
Yeah, so those are both still alive.
They can still play in that.
I lost all the others.
That probably crushed you. You were probably throwing stuff at the TV last week.
I didn't throw stuff at it because I don't want to let on to anybody that I did that.
What do you mean? To your wife, your
wife
spouse?
and friend? If I did that, that's a degenerate right there doing something like that.
Listen, I had a friend in college, and this was back when, Shark, did you ever play online poker? You ever played online poker?
No.
I mean, a lot of people play it just recreationally.
Sure.
You can actually play it for money, though. And I'm like, dude, how do you know what other people like? How do you know this is even real? And one of my friends would always get back, and we'd come back from the bar and play it. He would, not me, in his room. I'm like, this is what you want to do at 3 o'clock on Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Play online poker.
Online poker.
Without any regard. He's like, I want to make some money. I'm like, I'm sure you are. And I remember waking up to the sound of him ripping his blinds off the wall after he had lost like $500 in half an hour. And this was 20 years ago. That was back when $500 didn't just buy you a tank of gas.
Right.
I mean, that was rent. I mean, that was a full month of rent right there, and the utilities. So, yeah, I mean, you could have done that. You could have ripped some blinds off the wall, kicked the dog, thrown a racquetball, thrown a baseball at Artie sitting on the ground.
Oh, yeah, that'd have been great. Ohio State women win 104-69 over Cleveland State last night. That freshman Cambridge, 31 points in the game. Fantastic game. So like 6 rebounds, 6 assists. I think 5 steals with a couple of blocks. I mean, this Ohio State women's team is going to be fun. We're going to talk to Kevin McGuff, by the way, coming up at 7:33 and get his take on the game. Can't wait for that. The Bengals traded for a backup running back, Khalil Herbert, after it looks like Zach Moss will be on IR and out for the season with a neck injury. The Browns trade Zadarius Smith to the Lions. The Steelers trade for Mike Williams. The Commanders trade for Marshawn Lattimore. Let me ask you this.
Did you know this? I saw this stat.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lattimore has not given up a touchdown reception in 4 seasons.
In single coverage in 4 seasons,
single coverage.
Right.
He's playing man.
Oh, yeah.
has not given up a touchdown catch in 4 years. That is crazy.
It's amazing. What do you think is the bigger move out of those three I just mentioned? Because we're not counting Khalil Herbert. He's a backup running back. Lions getting Zadarius Smith.
That's pretty big.
Steelers getting Mike Williams. Commanders getting Marshawn Lattimore.
I would say Lattimore. I would say Zadarius Smith 1, Lattimore 2, and Mike Williams 3. Just because I think of what the teams are and the impact they can have.
Sure.
I think the Lions are Super Bowl contenders, and this puts them right back in the mix with a pass rushing defensive end.
And they haven't had a sack in 2 games.
The Commanders
Lions
are pretty
darn
darn
good. 1 sack in 2 games.
The Commanders are pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And this bolsters a defense with a good young player. Like, they're just not Johnny-come-lately. That team is built for success.
Yeah.
And so now you have Marshawn Lattimore, who's still in the prime of his career, getting a guy like that. And then Mike Williams, like, Pittsburgh's good, but does anybody think they're truly Super Bowl good? Like, I think the Commanders are going to win I think they're going to win the NFC East.
Yeah.
Like, outside of the Lions, you start looking at the other divisions, like, there's nobody that's really, like, separating. They could be the 2 seed based upon where they're at.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We had some action last night. BG over Central Michigan, 23-13. Miami over Ball State, 27-21. Joel Embiid.
I clicked over to Miami, Ball State. I was clicking a little, watched a lot of the whole 7 to 8 deal, and I was doing radio for XM, doing a ranking show. And I was watching some election stuff, and I clicked over. And I'm like, okay, Miami should be winning this game. And I think I clicked over just as Ball State had a pick 6. And I'm like, wait, who's wearing black? Who's what? Oh, it's in Ball. I'm like, oh, this isn't good for Miami. But then they ultimately came back and won.
Do you know where your dad ranks on Miami's all-time rushing list for a career?
Well, Travis Prentice is number 1.
Prentice is number 1 by far, yes.
Outside of that, he played a decent amount as a freshman. They weren't very good his senior year. I would say he's top 5, maybe 3rd.
You got a guess on that one, Shark? Where do you think Rob Carpenter is ranked?
Do you have a number on this? You have this figured out?
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what the answer is.
Listen, you know what? That's the rabbit hole I go down sometimes when I'm doing show prep. I saw the Miami score. I thought, you know what? I wonder where he ranks, and I looked it up.
Do you know where Travis Prentice played in the NFL?
In the NFL? He played in Cleveland, didn't he?
Thanks. I'm going to
probably one of their top 5 running backs ever.
I'm going to say Robert Carpenter II. Junior, excuse me. That's kind of the same thing.
Like, by any way you can correct you on that. That's
well, there is the second.
I know there's a second.
Junior.
I know, but
he doesn't get a real Roman numeral. He gets a JR. I get the Roman numeral.
Yeah. That's like doing the whole the bird thing we did the other day when there's somebody mentioned something about bird watching and they called it something else. The way they said it was very.
I'm going to say 4th.
He's 7th all time in rushing yards.
Who's second?
I don't know off the top. I didn't do that thing.
Okay, I thought you had the list.
No, I did it last night. By the way, Joel Embiid suspended for 3 games for shoving the reporter. Shark, I just want to get your. I'm sorry, but I know I didn't ask you before.
We want to get your opinion on shoving reporters. Shark.
No. What
good or bad?
What has Joel Embiid not done yet this year?
Played in a game.
What did he do over the summer?
Well, he played about 5 minutes in the Olympics.
So he did go play in the Olympics. He did train in the Olympics. He practiced.
He didn't.
He played.
No, not really.
Okay, but
he played more. Embiid or Jason Tatum?
But Tatum did play.
But he decided to play in the Olympics and be part of that, but can't play in the regular season, right?
Don't give me this.
I'm asking you a question. I'm just asking you a simple question. I'm asking you a simple question, Shark. The guy who could not play in the season so far for his team.
It's coming from a guy who doesn't vote, dude. So he has no loyalty in the country.
No, I'm just saying.
Loyalty in the country.
No, I'm just saying that he didn't.
I'm just saying.
He hasn't played in the season yet for the team paying him like $70 million, whatever the number is.
Because there's no incentive to play. He can sit out the rest of his contract.
I know he could.
It's
ridiculous.
Believe me.
It's ridiculous.
I look at this stuff, and it's like all these baseball, basketball, baseball. It's like, if I don't want to play, I mean, I don't really feel like it. My knee hurts a little bit. I got a blister on my finger. You know, maybe I just don't feel all that well, having some hard times at home. Dude, it's called a job.
It's life.
You are paid to perform a service.
Yeah.
Now, I understand things happen and other stuff like that. You got dudes out there running around. Like, you look at even some of the guys at Ohio State that are trying to come back to be able to play through some ridiculous things.
Yep.
And I guess it's just a football mentality in other sports where, and it's a fine line. I tell guys, don't be foolish with things. But, like, the desire for guys to get back and play the game of football far supersedes anything that you see in a lot of these other sports. It's insane.
We'll stick with the NFL talk. They've got new deadlines for declaring for the draft. Details next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we're tracking a major closure on the southeast side. All lanes are shut down on I-270 southbound at Alum Creek Drive due to a crash. Also watching a crash on 33 westbound on the southeast side that has traffic slow moving near Gender Road. And on the north side of town, south of Polaris, expect slowdowns on I-71 southbound. And once you hit 270 on the ramp from 270 eastbound to 71 northbound due to two separate crashes. We're also still watching issues on 670 eastbound just past the airport and at the 270-161 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey guys, if you've noticed a lack of energy and drive, it could be low testosterone. Don't wait. Get your levels checked by the experts at Low T Center. They have over a decade of experience helping patients. And once you're established, you'll get the convenience of physician-monitored, at-home TRT with advanced treatment that includes both lab testing and medication. Low T Center ships directly to your door. So go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Meijer knows that Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. During the week of Thanksgiving, November 24th through the 30th, when you buy Meijer brand foods, our Simply Give program will feed up to 4 million neighbors in need. So when you bring that perfectly fluffed stuffing to the table, the cranberry sauce and green bean casserole, you're actually bringing more good to more neighbors. Let's bring more good to Thanksgiving with Meijer brand and Simply Give. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details.
Bring the thrill of the stadium to your wallet with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the only checking account that rewards you for being a Crew fan. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
The time to save big is now. It's Ford Truck Month at your local Ford dealer, and the time to buy is now. Make way for great offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks, featuring the built Ford Tough F-150 and Super Duty. Check out the versatile Ford Maverick and the capable Ford Ranger. But you can't wait. These limited truck month deals won't last. Check it all out at buyfordnow.com. Then get over to your local Ford dealer today. Hurry in, as these deals won't last long.
We have a lot of football happening. I'm here to help. Set your radio preset to the Fan. Very good. Now set a second one to ESPN Columbus. It's the HD2 button. Lastly, go to the Fan's HD3 and save the Fan 3. Crisis averted. You're welcome.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
More than 35 million adults in our country are living with chronic kidney disease, and 90% don't even know that they have it. Hi, I'm Representative Lauren Matsumoto from Hawaii and Women in Government Board Chair. If you're living with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, now is the time to talk to your doctor about complete testing for chronic kidney disease. Take control of your kidney health and ask about adding urine testing to your care plan. For more, visit womeningovernment.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
It'll be a wet Wednesday morning commute. Rain is expected before 9 o'clock in the morning, then cloudy and dry this afternoon, high 71. Dry tonight, low 50. Sunshine returns tomorrow with a high of 64. I'm meteorologist Dylan Rubshad with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Yeah, it's rainy outside, a little rough. If you're in need of that midweek boost, well, FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, they've got you covered with the Hump Day Parlay Reward Stack. Yeah, parlay those humps up. Now, every Wednesday, you can get a parlay profit boost on everything from spreads to over-unders, even player props. You throw all those in that Hump Day Parlay, Shark, and it's going to be good. So don't let the weekend have all the fun. Dive on in and take advantage of the Hump Day Parlay Reward Stack. Stack it high, stack it thick, stack it deep. Who knows? It might become your favorite day, Sharky.
The Cavaliers are going to spend Hump Day
Avalanche
in New Orleans. Could we go with a little Cavaliers money line / Donovan Mitchell over 25 points? Hump Day parlay there.
Think of that stack you can have down in New Orleans, too.
Oh, it's
all on the table there.
Beignets, a stack of beignets. If you're new to FanDuel, all you need to do is visit FanDuel.com/juice. You must be 21 and older and present in Ohio. Opt-in required. Max wager amount applies. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms for both offers at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And I should urge you to make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA.
Bobby, so Tom Pelissero put this out yesterday. There was a memo sent out to NFL agents that they have now got different rules, different dates for declaring for the draft. January 6th for the 2025 draft.
It's AJ's birthday.
Is it?
Insurrection Day, yeah. Can't wait to talk to him on Friday.
Insurrection.
Well, it's absolutely.
I'm just.
Well,
I was
sometimes
worried
he takes
about
the
word.
insert off. It was always kind of a big day for him. And when it falls on that Hump Day Parlay stack, it's a big day.
January 6th is a soft deadline, it says. A soft deadline. A soft deadline. I don't know why I tried to do the story. I don't know why. For special eligibility, where you can apply for special eligibility. Wednesday, January 15th is the traditional hard deadline.
Firm.
And there's a special championship deadline set for Friday, January 24th.
Well, because we have 85 games now in the playoff.
So they've moved that out
So
there.
you've got to, just like the transfer portal window, it extends for people that are playing in those games, and that makes a lot of sense.
Friday, February 7th is the opt-out deadline to remove a player from draft consideration. So that part stays the same. Yeah, they extended out to January 24th because of the new schedule with the college
So when is the opt-out then?
February 7th.
Okay, so those guys get in and they get about a week and a half if they want to choose to get out.
Yeah, if they want to get out, So the January 24th thing obviously has to happen. I understand all of that. The special eligibility, that's January 6th on that one. I'm not even sure what all that would entail when they say special eligibility on that. Also, there's a thing on there that says, barring an injury, no prospect can be invited to an all-star game with an agreed-upon intention that the prospect will not participate in activities.
Okay, so you can't go anymore and just chill.
Right.
Because that was the thing that people would do. Like, they would go without any intent of playing. They would just go there and chill and walk around. And
that's the part I thought was most interesting about this. It said all invited prospects are expected to fully participate in both practice and game activities. So that's the big thing I think I took away from all of that, Bobby, is that they're forced to be in there now. They're forced to, yeah, you're right. They can't just go there and take the vacation.
Well, it's not really a vacation, but they go there and they get their meetings out of the way, and you can meet with teams and do that.
Right.
And, like, that was something that I had kind of looked at to maybe do because I had broken, my ankle. I still wasn't up to be able to play. And, like, we can go and then just say you can't do stuff. I'm like, that seems kind of disingenuous. I'm like, am I taking a spot from someone else?
Right.
And, like, well, they'll bring someone else in. Like, do I tell them that before? And then it was still kind of like, well, no. I'm like, so I go down there and be like, oh, I'm here. By the way, it still hurts. I still
by the way, I can't do anything.
I can't do anything. So like that's this. I think that's honestly a good thing because you want to get people down there that can do what they need to do.
Yes, I agree with that. That part I do like about that. But again,
Tito's beef.
So I think that Shark. I think Sharks on breaks is going back over to the studio and working on getting that. The sound for that, like the intro for that. I think I like that one. By the way, you can join the Fan and Bishop and Friends for an unforgettable evening on Tuesday, November 12th at High Bank Distillery in Grandview. I'm about to say your name, Bobby. I think, no, you're not on this one.
I'm the headliner.
You're not on the read on this one.
I'm on the headliner.
I know you
that's
are.
the only way I'd agree to go is if you put me number one.
We're thrilled to invite you to the release of our exclusive Fan Barrel Picks. Proceeds benefit Brady Quinn's Third and Goal Foundation, pretty boy, making a difference in the lives of veterans. Enjoy exclusive barrel picks, delicious food pairings, live music, and meet and greet with select athletes. That's you. For tickets and more information, head to 971thefan.com. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly. Yes, I saw the read I do on Sunday. It had your name on there, and Brady's in.
Make sure you put me as the lead name.
I think. Oh, you should do, Bob.
Ahead of Brady.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Even though it's for his charity, I told Bo the only way I'm agreeing to go is if I'm the headliner.
It looks like a great time.
Undercards. It's going to be fun.
I don't remember getting an invite.
Well, they said the elite fan personalities, so I don't know.
Well,
do you classify yourself in there?
Not elite, no. But am I relevant?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. I'm not relevant.
If you would have started Tito's beef segment a couple years ago, then maybe you'd be more relevant.
Who knows where I could have been if that would have happened. So anyway, that is on November 12th, Tuesday, November 12th. It is less than a week away, High Bank Distillery in Grandview. So enjoy exclusive barrel because, like I said, but head to 971thefan.com. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly. Coming up next, the Buckeyes women's basketball team got a huge win last night to start off the season against Cleveland State. We'll talk to their head coach, Kevin McGuff, next. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching lanes shut down on I-270 southbound at Alum Creek Drive. This is on the southeast side. Again, all of those southbound lanes shut down on 270 at Alum Creek Drive. Also, 33 westbound, very slow moving this morning due to a crash just past Gender Road. On the north side of town, tracking two separate crashes just south of Polaris on I-71 southbound, and then at that 270 I-71 split. Again, that's on the north side. Also on the northeast side at the 270-161 split, expect delays going northbound on 270 due to a crash. And finally on I-670 right near the 270 split, going eastbound on 670 past the airport, expect delays. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. At Reichert, we're dealing.
The Central Ohio leader in roof repair and replacement is Roof Revivers. With over 350 5-star reviews on Google, Roof Revivers is committed to repairing roofs first before replacing them. If your roof needs repaired, visit Roof Revivers online at roofrevivers.com. Roof Revivers, we fix leaky roofs.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings on hundreds of items every time you shop. With new low prices, deals for days, weekly sales, and My Perks at your neighborhood Giant Eagle. Visit gianteagle.com for details.
If you have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets, we have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver. Leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
I'm from a small town, man. Our town's most famous Lee Harvey Oswald went to our middle school. True story. Basketball player Pistol Pete Maravich lived and died in our town, so 2 good shooters. From downtown, both of them.
From his Netflix special Regular People and hit podcast this past weekend, comedian Theo Von's Return of the Rat Tour, coming to Schottenstein Center November 14th. Tickets on sale now at theovon.com.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they...
It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great, you get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course, we're talking turkey. With a bet pricing and the credit approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorrento LX. All 3 under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby Carver, and Mark Sharp. Now we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline, joined by Ohio State women's basketball head coach Kevin McGuff joining us here. Kevin, good morning, and not a bad way to start the season, huh?
You got to turn him up, probably.
It's not me.
Shark, what are you guys doing over there? I mean, listen, I don't know what you're doing, Shark. You got him?
There we go. Kevin, sorry about that. We had a little operator error on the other side of the glass there.
He had a senior moment.
No worries. He's trying to retire soon.
Season for a lot of people.
You're right. Great performance last night. You got to be pleased with that, right?
Yeah, I was just happy to be out there. You know, we've obviously got a lot of newcomers on this team. I was a little anxious to see what we would look like, but, you know, all in all, a good start for us. A long way to go, but happy to be out there with the team.
So what was that like? You talked about a lot of newcomers, and, you know, I think a lot of people in Columbus have been following this team over the last couple of years. I mean, obviously, you got Cody McMahon back, terrific player, but a lot of the other names that I think people have become accustomed to have moved on, and so retooling this team in the offseason, building that chemistry, what was that process and what's that been like?
Yeah, it's been really interesting because, not only have we had a lot of familiar faces over the last couple of years, we've had an older team, with COVID and all that type of stuff. We had J.C. Sheldon for 5 years. We had Rebecca Mikolasakova for 5 years. And so, we had Ricky Harris for 5 years. So we were a really older veteran team, and I kind of knew what to expect even on day one. But we've got 7 new people that we've entered into the program, including a lot of newcomers that we're going to rely on heavily this year. So I've really liked what our talent has looked like since the summer, but I just wasn't sure what it would look like until we actually got on the court.
Kevin McGuff joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Look, Kevin, I know that players sometimes in schools and even like in the professional ranks will sometimes fudge a little bit on the roster with the heights for everybody. But I'm looking up and on your roster. Do I count 7 people at 6 feet or taller on this roster? Is that accurate?
Yeah. We're fairly deep and fairly long and fairly athletic, and so I've told people since the summer that early on, I think what we would look like is a very talented team. And if we ever really got it together in terms of chemistry and really grasping the system, we could be really special. And I think that's what we looked like last night. We had a lot of flashes where we looked great, but still also some times where it showed that we still have a long way to go.
With the style of defense that you play and, the up and down nature of it, how much do you lean in on that length, that athleticism, that desire to play defense, and balancing that with obviously offensive prowess as you're building this roster?
Yeah, no doubt. That's a big part of it. Obviously, when we're recruiting, we're looking for high-character kids who love basketball and who really want to be at Ohio State. But then when you start to look at the basketball part of it, we want people that really fit our system. I believe in how we play and the style, and I think it's been really good to us. But not everyone can play this way, and so we're really looking for people who fit.
I was going to ask that, Kevin. Now, with the roster makeup, what it is, does anything change about your philosophy or your style, or is all that going to just still be the same? That you've tried to fit people into this that can be successful in this system you like?
Yeah, we recruited really well to it, and I think so. We'll look like a very similar team, and I don't know if you got a chance to check out the stat sheet, and we lost a really special player in J.C. Sheldon in the way she commanded the team as a point guard. But we inserted somebody last night who's really good too. Jelani Cambridge was spectacular last night in her debut, and so we'll look very similar in terms of the style.
One of the things when you have your non-conference, obviously kind of ramping up to the Big Ten play, big non-conference game against Stanford there as well. Right there in mid-December. But is there something you're trying to get accomplished? Obviously, you're the building of the team, 7 new faces, 7 new bodies out there. But is there a goal that you have of how you want to kind of look as you kind of turn the page here on November in about a month and head in towards the start of the new year and that Big Ten slate opening up?
Well, I think you kind of hit it. Like with 7 new people, I've told the team often, and I'll continue to tell them. Every season, it's about kind of where you start and can you continue to get better each week, and obviously be in a better place at the end of the year. But when you bring 7 new people in, that's really what it's about. And so we're going to keep hammering that point to them. If we'll just continue to get better week by week, I think we could end up in a great place. And not that we didn't get better last year, but with all the experience and older players, we were a little bit more of who we were going to be earlier in the season than what I think this team's going to be. So our ability to get better and push these young women to be at their best at the end of the year is going to be critical and ultimately what our success is this year.
Ohio State head coach Kevin McGuff joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Yeah, speaking of Cambridge, Jelani Cambridge, 26 minutes last night, 31 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks, 12 for 14 from the field. And so you've obviously seen her a lot in practice leading up to this. Surprised at all by the performance, or did you expect this coming in?
Well, not surprised based on how hard she plays and her talent level, and just when you watch her kind of like when you watch JC, just her motor, she never stops. She just always just going. But, you never know what you're going to get in somebody's first game in their college career. But she was outstanding last night. She was just terrific. And I was also a little bit nervous. She's a really fast, aggressive point guard who is just hard for other people to keep in front of them. But Cleveland State played 40 minutes of zone. So I was a little bit like, I don't know if she's going to be able to get to the basket. But, oftentimes they couldn't set up the zone because she was up the court so quickly and at the rim. So she was really good last night, and she's going to be a really fun player for people here in Columbus to watch. Did you set up your schedule, your non-conference schedule, trying to get a variety of different styles of offenses and defenses coming into place to play against you guys? Yeah, the Big Ten is incredible this year, and we were going to see a variety of different styles in the Big Ten. So we did do that, somewhat intentionally to just try to get our players to have to play against a bunch of different styles of play to hopefully prepare us for a rugged Big Ten schedule. If I'm guessing, first of all, you guys had a very clean second. I think you guys had 9 turnovers at halftime. I think only 1 in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's got to be a positive for you. Is the only negative you pull away from this is the free throw shooting, or just something else you look at and say, you guys were 16 for 24? I wrote 2 things on the board at halftime. It was the turnovers and the free throws. And so we took care of the turnovers. We were much more efficient in the second half. We really took care of the ball. But our free throw shooting was, we haven't been like that in practice or any of our scrimmages that we've had. So I'm hoping that's a little bit of an anomaly and that's not a thing, but we'll make sure we get back at that tomorrow when we get to practice. Ohio State hosts Charlotte next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Go check them out. It's always a lot of fun out there, and they're going to be a lot of fun to watch this year like they are every year. Kevin, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much. We'll talk again soon. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. You bet. That was Kevin McGuff, head coach of the Ohio State women's basketball team, and a good win for them. Bobby, what do you want to talk about? Well, I want to tell you about the local Palace Columbus team, because you'll be endorsing them and talking about them for a while. I say, I've been doing these ads for what do you want the people, what do you want the folks to know? Say, hey, it's Bobby. I expect them to talk about how awesome the Pella windows are on quality, the looks, and all that stuff. But their first response was not that. So we just want people to know how buttoned up we are. The windows, they're going to sell themselves, their quality, the aesthetic, everything. But we want people to know there's a local Pella Columbus team right here in town that's all in on making the process as perfect as the windows. And so if you Google Pella Columbus, just like Kirk Signetti, you will find the Google reviews, and it will tell you all you need to know. So now you know. PellaColumbus.com. All right, coming up, we will let you know what's got us juice. We'll do that next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching lanes shut down on I-270 southbound at Alum Creek Drive. This is on the southeast side. Again, all of those southbound lanes shut down on 270 at Alum Creek Drive. Also, 33 westbound, very slow moving this morning due to a crash just past Gender Road. On the north side of town, tracking 2 separate crashes just south of Polaris on I-71 southbound, and then at that 270 I-71 split. Again, that's on the north side. Also on the northeast side at the 270-161 split, expect delays going northbound on 270 due to a crash. And finally on I-670 right near the 270 split, going eastbound on 670 past the airport, expect delays. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Hey guys, it's D. Miller. If you're not feeling upbeat like you used to be, it could be low testosterone. That's right, it affects our moods. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help you get back to your best. But we're not all the same. So don't go for TRT referred to as a standard dosage plan. Look for TRT with an optimized personal treatment plan, like you'll get with the experts at Low T Center. They provide advanced therapy and have over a decade of experience. So go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey folks, Austin Ward here, and we all know consistency is key in sports. Think about it.
No matter how many points you put up in one game, it's the team that stays consistent that ends up winning a championship. The problem? Consistency is hard. For years, that's how I felt about my weight. I'd start strong, but could never stay the course. Then I found Awaken 180 weight loss, and now consistency isn't just a word, it's my reality. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. After dropping 12 pounds in my first week, I went on to lose 52 pounds total. Lost weight every week. Since then, the scoreboard has read the same every single month. October, 189 pounds. September, 189 pounds. August, 190. Okay, maybe a pound off. July, 189. The weight just stays off, and for free. Awaken 180 clients don't pay a dime in free maintenance for life. It's like free oil changes for the rest of your life. If you're looking for results that last, do what we all did and choose the solution for weight loss. It's online at awaken180weightloss.com.
The Buckeye Show.
What were you guys yelling on the Brack Spin play 2015?
Well, everybody said, he's back. He's back. That's what everybody was saying.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Football is all about scoring big, and so is Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Our Carvenience service picks up your car, gives you a rental, and returns it without you lifting a finger. Score big today. Experience the difference and visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
APCO Windows, Siding, and Decks is a family company my dad started in 1962. We don't rely on sales gimmicks, so get multiple estimates. Just make sure one of them is from APCO.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can trust APCO.
APCO.com.
Leaves changing and the nighttime air is cool. Fall is the perfect time to have the Waterworks inspect and tune up your furnace. Protect your family against those wintertime furnace breakdowns. Call 614-232-2222 now to schedule.
Some of those old injuries, they begin to creep up and things begin to start hurting again. I finally got to the point where I'm like, I can't just wake up and know my knee's going to be bothering me and push through this on a daily basis.
Old football injuries can't keep former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter down. So he decided to check out the all-natural regenerative pain treatments at QC Kinetics.
I was fortunate enough to obviously sit down with QC and kind of understand your body still has the ability to heal in it. We just need to give it a little bit of a boost.
Exactly. QC Kinetics concentrates your body's own healing agents in your painful hips, shoulders, knees, or back.
Everyone can say, well, you need to replace this or replace that, but it's no surprise to see people being willing to try this first, especially when it has such great results.
Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus and call today for your complimentary consultation. See if you're a good candidate. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Again, 380-208-4544. QC Kinetics.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we're looking at rain in the morning. As we head into the afternoon, though, we do dry up quite a bit. High 71. Sunshine returns on your Thursday with a high of 64. Sunny on Friday, high 65. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Hey, guys. Just curious, what's got you juiced?
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
You know, Bobby, I honestly said I've got it nailed this time. It's Monday, so Bobby goes first. It's not Monday, it's actually Wednesday, but I still think you go first. So I got it wrong, but I got it right.
Absolutely. Hey, you stumbled into the answer.
Yes.
With the wrong question, but the answer was right that off. So
yes.
Kudos to you. Shark, I'm going to send you one for tomorrow that's with Aaron Rodgers. That's phenomenal. I showed it to Thidoff already. It's a young Aaron Rodgers, a Cal. Just so much swag, so much greatness in an interview with a young reporter. And sometimes you just got to swing your sword, swing your shot.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot, swing your sword. I don't know. You can swing your sword too. You can do whatever you need to do. I mean, it's all about it. And Last night they had the college football playoff rankings. Buckeyes came in at 2, actually 5. If the Buckeyes would have been 3, it would have actually been 5. Buckeyes would have been 4th it off. They would have actually been 5th.
That's right.
I can't believe that they actually put Ohio State there at 2nd, and to listen to all the people in the SEC and Georgia scream about why. Like, I don't know why they did that. I mean, you could easily, people go, you're going to put them at 2nd or 3rd. I'm going to put them at 3rd, just because then I don't have to listen to people yell about things. And it's not going to matter anyway, because the winner of the Big Ten is going to be probably the number 1 seed. The winner of the SEC is going to be the 2nd. So what does it matter if who's 3rd? Ohio State's still 5th. Still behind BYU and Miami. But strong showing there. Strong showing by the Big Ten as well. And that needs some teams to kind of come up the back end. There's 4 teams in the top 25 that off. There's 4 teams in the top 8. That's all that they have. The Big Ten has everybody in there right there. And then I've got this as well. Stumbled to this. I had a Dana White gem yesterday, and I found another good one that I liked last night as well.
The generation that I grew up in, your parents were always like, doctor, lawyer, all these big jobs that you do. Happy. Happy is what you should want your kids to be. Right. What makes you happy? What is it that you love and that you're passionate about and that you want to get up every day and do? You want your kids to be happy. You don't want to just go get some job where you sit in bumper-to-bumper traffic every day and go sit in a cubicle at a job you hate just to pay your bills. Right. You have to figure out who you are and what excites you. What are you passionate about? And I truly believe that when you figure that out, it all just sort of falls into place. When you get up every day and you would do something for 13 to 15 hours and it doesn't feel like work, how do you not succeed? Yeah. You're going to be successful. And if anything, you'll be happy. And that alone is success.
Bobby, I think, like in my mind, hearing that, I was picturing Dana White playing the piano while saying that stuff with some singer in the background.
What, like Chubbs and Happy Gilmore?
Right. I think that'd have been great if he was doing that. If he was sitting there playing the piano
on the couch
while he's doing that. That'd have been awesome.
I thought about Shark, though. He's on his route to retirement here, taking his victory lap, and thought, you know what? I mean, Shark, you pretty much got to do what you wanted to do your whole life, correct? I mean, outside of convincing your wife to take that cruise with you.
I would. Here's what I'll say.
And the Tribe winning a World Series.
I had a good childhood. Wasn't great. I can't say that I was the happiest kid in the world, but I would think that my children would say they had a happy childhood. I would hope.
I care about having a happy childhood.
Well, that's what he was talking about.
Talking about having a happy life.
Yeah, but he's talking about you want your kids to be happy. And I think my kids,
like Gilmore,
were happy.
Well, that's good, Shark.
Anything else you have to get juiced?
No, that's good. That's got me juiced today, Shark, in spite of a lot of negativity. What's Schlegs got to say?
You're a better football player than I am, Bob.
How about basketball, Schlegs?
That's 100% I'm beating you at basketball.
Oh, gosh. Come on. You wrestled in high school.
Gosh, all right. You're really thinking that you can beat me in basketball?
Schlegs, that's not even a question.
Oh, my God.
Schlegs he was a wrestler.
He played wrestling on the basketball court.
He can't even swim. I keep thinking,
the two of you playing basketball, I put the over
just
under
watch
to
me
half.
play defense. No, I was good, decent, at least decent at one point in time in my life.
No one's making a basket.
Your reach might be about 14 inches.
Yes, that's if nothing else. The length will get him.
At about 6:15 this morning, maybe 6:13 during This Date in History, Bobby told us that it was National Eating Healthy Day. Well, at about 5:45 this morning,
Lord, here we go.
I bumped into Tito back there by the kitchen sink, and he was eating pizza and drinking a Dr. Pepper. And it wasn't a diet Dr. Pepper.
Yes, it was zero sugar. Yes, it was.
Does it matter?
It was a zero sugar Dr. Pepper, Shark.
If you're going to drink it, drink the fully loaded stuff.
No, I don't like the fully loaded stuff.
But what else would you expect from a guy who doesn't vote?
I'll say this. It wasn't exactly the breakfast of champions. He wasn't eating Wheaties back there.
It was a corner piece, by the way, also. So it was the smallest piece on the pizza.
What does that mean?
It's small.
Exactly.
The corner pieces are they're very small pieces.
It doesn't have to be.
Usually the corner piece, if they cut the pizza right, the corner pieces are the smallest pieces.
Eating pizza at 5:45 in the morning. I heard so many horror stories yesterday about the lengthy lines at the polling places, the voting places. You wouldn't know about that, Tito, but I left the radio station at about 10:50 yesterday, got to my polling place at 11:15, and there was no line. I was in and out in 5 minutes.
Good for you. We went at 11:05. I walked out of there at 12:10. I feel like my vote counts more. It just meant more. Snaking through that, getting ready to hop on a roller coaster at the end of that thing.
And then I'm really juiced about Jelani Cambridge.
Mm-hmm.
This was a girl who could have gone anywhere. I mean, she was recruited by all the top schools, Tennessee, LSU. In fact, she was 3-time Ms. Basketball in the state of Tennessee. She's from Nashville. Reminds me of Darius Garland, who was 3-time men's Mr. Basketball down there in Tennessee and won 4 state titles in his high school career, which is pretty good. But anyway, she is something else. She was on fire last night, 31 points in 26 minutes. That had me juiced. Tito, what has you juiced?
Well, I'm juiced about the fact that Rutgers plays tonight. I want to watch the Big Ten basketball. They've got 2 of the top recruits in the country on that team this year. Rutgers, and you look at any mock drafts that come out, which I know we all do, but 2 of the top 3 players projected to be selected in the 2025 NBA draft are from Rutgers. And they got,
Makes sense.
Yeah, they're going to be fun to watch this year. I think so. They're not expected to be like some top 5 team or anything like that. But Rutgers, though, is certainly a team to keep an eye on. I'm excited to watch some Big Ten basketball tonight. And also, I am pumped because it was a corner piece of pizza, and now you brought that up. It was a very small piece. It was a small triangle. And that's all. It was a minor piece on there with a Dr. Pepper Zero.
It's National Eat Healthy Day.
There's protein in there, right? Is pepperoni and sausage on that pizza? Doesn't that help out a little bit?
Some wheat,
some cured meats. That's what he's lobbying. He went to cured meats. Doesn't that make it better? It wasn't like it was a turkey breast.
You got dairy on there with cheese.
Cheese, you're right. I think it had extra cheese on it too, so I had extra dairy.
I'm coming from 2 people that were like right in the prime of the food pyramid that they lied to us about for years of what we needed to eat.
See, you can't blame me. It's not my fault what they taught us.
Abdicate responsibility. The number 1 rule of Jeff Titoff.
Ace Bailey is the 6'10", 200-pound freshman for Rutgers. And then also you've got Dylan Harper, who is that Harper's kid? Ron Harper's kid? Do you know, Shark?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Dylan Harper, 6'6", 250-pound freshman. He's also playing, so Rutgers should be fun to watch this year. All right, coming up next, what we're going to tease here. I know we're going to hit the re-rack on this one. CFP rankings are out. We'll talk about that next. Also, the NFL trade deadline. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, 270 at 33 on the southeast side, completely shut down. If you're coming in from the Groveport Canal Winchester area, use Winchester Pike, as you will not be able to get past that 270-33 split due to a crash cruiser responding to. Also on the northeast side at the 161-270 split, still watching a crash with delays going northbound, and expect to run into 3 separate crashes on the north side of town at the 71-270 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
At Byers Auto, we've been football fans since 1897, back when tailgates had actual tails. Our legacy of supporting our local team is as strong as our commitment to providing exceptional vehicles. While we're known for our new cars, we also offer a variety of pre-owned vehicles that meet our rigorous standards. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle for your lifestyle and budget. Visit us in person or shop online at buyersauto.com. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. Here's something that ECO stands for that you did not see coming. Okay. Echocardiogram. I did not see that coming.
Get Eco.
Most people think if they call someone about their furnace or heat pump, some unscrupulous salesman is going to pressure them to buy a whole new unit, even if their old one could be repaired and give them years more service.
Get Eco.
Your heart starts racing and you're sweating and breathing funny, and your echocardiogram just goes nuts. I'll say. As the guy who invented those hospital wristbands that always stick to your arm hair, I know a thing or two about echocardiograms.
Get Eco.
But call Eco and our team will explain all your options, what you can fix, how much it costs, and how that compares to a whole new system. And your echocardiogram? Nice and flat. I mean flat-ter. Actually, flat is bad. Don't worry, they didn't let me invent any of the medical stuff.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Is your business generating over $1 million a year in revenue? If your financial advisory team isn't keeping pace, maybe it's time for a change. Here's Brad Hennebert with Premier Advisors.
Thanks, Bobby. Our team integrates financial planning and asset management with business accounting and tax preparation. Business owners have planning needs that are unique. We work with you to design a seamless financial services bundle tailored to your business with monthly or quarterly advisory consultations to help guide you along the way. We don't just keep score of what happened last year. Our team combines expert financial planning and wealth management with top-tier tax services, helping businesses like yours build wealth for you. Call us today at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Brad Hennebert is a registered representative offering securities through United Planners Financial Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through TCP Asset Management LLC. Tax services offered through Premier Tax CPAs. United Planners is not affiliated with TCP Asset Management, Premier Advisors, or Premier Tax CPAs.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, save big on 6 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties are just $2.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Pizza lovers, listen up. We're not that cheesy, but this deal is. For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. And you know we got even more, like flavors galore. Okay, maybe we are a little cheesy. Choose between classic 3-cheese, crispy pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big on 2 pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce. Get the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. Former Blue Jacket Alex Wenberg scored 3 minutes, 11 seconds into overtime to give the Sharks a 2-1 victory over Columbus in San Jose. Kirill Marchenko had tied the game for the Jackets midway through the third period with his 5th goal of the season, but Columbus drops its 3rd straight game. The first college football playoff rankings of the season were revealed last night, and the Big Ten has the top 2 teams. Oregon is number 1, Ohio State 2nd, although the Buckeyes are seeded 5th. The top 4 seeds are Oregon, Georgia, Miami, and BYU. In the top 12, there are 4 Big Ten teams and 4 from the SEC. The 14th ranked Ohio State women's basketball team opened the season with a 104-69 beatdown of Cleveland State. In her college debut, freshman Jelani Cambridge scored 31 points. Cody McMahon added 17. The Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news on The Fan.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark with you. Mark the Shark there. Radio legend on the Sports Center update.
People want more of you, Shark.
They do.
I think we're going to have the fan poll. Should Shark retire in July?
Well, we know the answer is no. We've already established the answer is no.
What would you be willing to do to keep him there?
I'd be willing to volunteer other people to do stuff.
That's key. You're a delegator, Thaddeus.
Look, that's what I am. I'm a man of action for others.
Action for others.
That's what I do. That would be my campaign slogan. Action for others.
That's good.
Thank you.
You should run on that platform, Thaddeus.
I think I will. Will I vote for myself? That's the question. Time for a little re-rack.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Well, Bobby, last night the CFP rankings come out. Ohio State is slotted in at 2, which is really, like you said, 2 is 5. 3 would also be 5. 4 would be 5. 5 would be 5, but 2 is 5. That's how it looks right now with Oregon taking that top spot. No surprise there. Were you surprised that Ohio State slotted in ahead of Georgia?
I was, because I don't think that there was a need to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's inconsequential. So they were saying, like, the 1-point loss on the road, and then you've got the Penn State win, is better than Georgia's loss to Alabama, which, I mean, you could argue they went down big, but they came back and took the lead, and then Bama ultimately won it. Then they had the beat down of Texas, which was also on the road, was not quite as impressive as Ohio State beating Penn State. Or you could just argue that they've watched the games and they think that they're better. Rothman hates that argument when I give it to him, and he's like, well, what is this? I'm like, it's not most deserving, it's best. Well, you can't just have a 4-4 team. I go, they don't have a 4-4 team, but they watch the games. Like, I think this team is better. Like, sound-minded people who watch these games and have an idea of seeing a lot of football. Now, they can be wrong. I could be wrong. If I was that good at it, I wouldn't even be in here. I would just be betting hundreds of thousands of dollars on college football every week and swimming around like Scrooge McDuck in a giant vault of cash. So I'm not that great, but I think I have a fairly good idea. I think a lot of people watching who know football and this committee have a fairly good idea. And so end of it, they find stats to fit the argument, but they just believe that these are some of the best teams. And the reality is with Ohio State being there, like, it's inconsequential anyway. It doesn't even matter, which is why I was surprised even more so that they did it.
Yeah, look, Ohio State's got the best loss, obviously, of the season. A 1-point loss on the road against the number 1 team in the country. That's the best quality loss you could have right now. I was, like you, I was also kind of surprised to see that. I didn't see the need for it anyway. And look, none of the stuff matters that much right now anyway, because it's going to end up with the elimination games coming up. That's got me excited, though. That's what I love about this, the fact they've gone to 12, or how many more meaningful games we have this season still.
Like LSU Alabama this weekend is a game that's going to mean a lot because it's 2 6-2 teams, and the losers are basically eliminated, and the winner, I think, with their remaining schedule, still has a good shot at getting in.
I think so too. I'm curious how many, or do you think we will see a 3-loss team make the playoffs this year?
No, not this year. I don't think that, unless there's a meltdown, like Indiana would have to lose a couple. They would have to lose more than just to Ohio State. I think Penn State would have to drop another. But outside of that, I mean, Ohio State, they're not losing to Purdue and Northwestern. And those are 2 of the worst football teams I've seen in quite some time.
I think if Indiana loses twice, they don't get in.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I think if they have 2 losses for Indiana, it does not get them in.
But if you look at other teams in the rankings, like in who they potentially play,
right?
I think the Big 12 champ will be 1 loss or undefeated. I think Miami will be 1 loss or undefeated. And then you start looking around, like Notre Dame, like if they struggle, I think they could slide out. Like Texas A&M will be interesting because they don't have any more room for error, and they play Texas at the end of the season.
Right.
It's like if they win out and beat Texas, they're getting in at 10-2.
And then who knows if Texas with 2 losses then will get in? You know what I mean?
I would think they would. But the thing is, like, you can't put them in over A&M. You can't, like, A&M has to be ranked higher than them. Like, head-to-head has to count for something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I would think. It'll be interesting how it shakes out. And when I watch the potential for the first-round matchups, you know, when you saw those things on who will be playing in the opening round,
Where
that first
the
round.
games will be, which is also awesome. Like, Penn State doing crap on them. Like, in this model, like, they have a home game.
Right. They'd have a home game in this one. You're right. Yeah, and that's the part that I'm excited about. As much as I want to see Ohio State get the bye, but I'm just excited about seeing those first 4 games played on campus sites in December.
Oh, it would be the froth at Ohio Stadium would be tremendous, I think.
It would be something else.
For that, you know, what is it, 19th and 20th or 20th and 21st, that Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, it's 21st.
A TNT special.
Or 19th, 20th.
Maybe
yeah.
they flex it to True TV. Sounds amazing.
Bobby.
Barkley, Kenny, and Shaq on the desk at halftime.
Is the notion of what Gene Smith threw out there, that's totally dead now, right? About
what did he throw out there? Gene Smith hasn't been the AD for a while.
That's what I remember when they talked about if Ohio State was hosting a playoff game, moving to
Indianapolis.
That's got to be completely. I mean, Gene Smith does a lot of things, and I know they're winterizing it already for the Winter Classic and everything as well. But when he threw that out there, and I haven't heard talk about it since then, but that of all the things Gene Smith has said, that's the one I have the biggest problem with.
And the argument was with Ryan Day, they're throwing the football so proficiently that would you want to have it? Is it a better situation to be inside on a fast track? But then you look at how they're able to run the ball against Penn State and the type of team they're trying to build. I don't think you would ever want to take a game out of Ohio State.
No, me either.
Number one, you're cutting the fans from 100,000 to 60 some odd thousand.
Right.
And the home field advantage you'd have, like the elements.
Right.
I mean, it was funny. I heard, this was like the one cold day we had like 4 weeks ago out at practice. And, oh, goodness, Jermaine Matthews, someone was complaining it was cold. And the guy was a Florida guy, and Jermaine was talking trash to him. He's like, this is what it's like up here. Now, everybody's like in denial about that because it's been 70 degrees forever.
Sure.
But there's an element of guys living in this, playing in it, especially guys from this region of the country, that you're used to playing in that stuff. And those home sites are going to matter.
Yeah.
It's like when Miami went to Kansas City for the playoffs a couple of years ago. Remember what that looked like? Ice cold. I mean, it was awful. And so they struggled. That's part of being in the elements and getting a home game and being good.
It's you're right about that. That's what I'm
always right about that.
You're right about that. I don't know if you're always right about things, but I'll give you credit for that one. Also, we had Kevin McGuff on in the last hour. Ohio State's women won 104-69 over Cleveland State. Jelani Cambridge, quite a debut. Comes in and scores 31 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals, and 2 blocks. And that big win for them. They're in action again against Charlotte next Tuesday. The Jackets lost 2-1 to San Jose in overtime. We'll have Boone Jenner on coming up at 8:48. By the way, the Jackets now, so they make the trip out west, Bobby, right? Because they go out there for their West Coast swing. They played last night.
San Jose, hoping to get a win. Okay. Feeling good about it.
They get a point. That's okay.
Got one. You'd like to get a win. They had a couple of losses, putting a dub on the board, and a 2-pointer would have been great. But you get shot by your own dude in Wenny.
Can you explain this to me?
I'm not the biggest hockey aficionado, so don't make it a tough question.
Why are the Jackets now off until Saturday out there?
So the players can enjoy themselves?
6, 7, 8. But if you make
sounds awesome.
It does sound awesome. They play back-to-back. They play 3 games in 4 days. But they're at Los Angeles on the 9th on Saturday, at Anaheim on Sunday the 10th, at Seattle on Tuesday the 12th. It just seems like it's a bit overkill to have that many days off. When you go out for the West Coast swing, they call it.
Yeah.
You don't play a game and get 3 days off.
That sounds amazing. I would love to do that. Football doesn't have that. You have to fly back and practice. And you have all those things. I mean, you went to Oregon. You were out there for a week. Why'd you go for a week? The game was only 1 day set off. I mean,
that's different, though. I'm not a professional athlete.
Well, these guys, they're also human beings. They want to go out there. They're going to have their rookie meal, as Jean-Luc said, maybe get drunk, play some golf, have a couple hard skates to sweat it out. Sounds tremendous.
Bobby, they're hockey players.
Doc told me I can't play.
Yeah, I know. You got a bad bruise. Bruise on the leg is a hell of a long way from the heart, you candy ass.
They're hockey players.
What'd you say?
What'd you say? You want a hockey player? Anyway.
That's great. That's the reality. But
that's what it is, though. You should go out there and play.
Some team bonding, okay? You go out there, have fun, go out, have a good time.
Bengals trade for Khalil Herbert from the Bears, backup running back, with the news of Zach Moss likely out for the season. Browns trade Zadarius Smith to the Lions. The Steelers trade for Mike Williams from the Jets, and the Commanders.
Aaron Rodgers approves.
Yeah, of course he does. Ever since Mike Williams, the interception was his fault that Rodgers threw him under the bus for that. We knew Mike Williams was gone. And the Commanders trade for Marshawn Lattimore from the Saints. Action last night, Bowling Green 23, Central Michigan 13, Miami over Ball State 27-21. And Joel Embiid suspended for 3 games for shoving a media member.
What are we doing, by the way? I don't understand that.
Oh, no, and me either. I don't. I mean, the reporter was critical, but rightfully so, of Joel Embiid. It's like he did write a critical piece on him, but you don't shove people you don't shove a reporter.
I mean,
He brought up Embiid's dead brother.
He brought up to it something like that.
What was the context on that?
Embiid's son is named after Embiid's late brother.
I think that's very honorable.
He talked about some of the effect of you saying that Embiid seemed to, like when his son was born, I don't know if he said it or just showed a different kind of level of commitment, a higher level commitment to his craft, to the game, to the sport, to being on the court, to being professional, all those different things, something along those lines. Yeah. And he brought up, he said, his son, when his son was born, who was named after his late brother. that was the context of it, I believe. And so that pissed him off. It wasn't like a mocking way of doing it. It didn't need to be. I think they took it out of the story online after it was posted, but in the print version, it stayed there. It was nothing that warranted Embiid to be that upset. I don't.
So it was honorable. Like, it wasn't him. Like your son was named after your late brother.
It wasn't like, hey, your dead brothers played the same amount of games as you this year. It wasn't that. No, I'm saying it wasn't like that.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been. That is shove-worthy.
That's a shove.
No, that's shove-worthy.
That is shove-worthy. I'm punching you in the face with that one, buddy. I'm going full Jim Everett on Jim Rome.
Sir.
You want to talk about my brother being dead?
I know.
I'm gonna punch you right in the nose.
It wasn't that extreme.
I'd hope not. But if what you're telling me, it sounds like it's something that is. If he was saying that when his son was born, who was named after his late brother, he became more committed to the game. Like that, I think that's a positive. I don't know if that invokes a shove.
Yeah.
A bruise on the leg's a long way from a heart.
And then Will Smith was smacked in the face. Anyway, coming up next, Ryan Day spoke to me yesterday. We'll get you caught up on that next. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are watching a complete shutdown on the southeast side at the 270-33 split. Right now, all lanes are shut down. If you're coming in from the southeast side this morning on 33, take Winchester Pike, as you will not be able to get past that 270-33 split. Also watching delays on I-70 westbound right at Hamilton Road. There's a crash over there, and a couple crashes on the north side of town at that 71-270 split and at the 270-161 split as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING. Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Ready to be the change and have a positive impact on your community? Consider joining the Columbus Division of Police. Starting pay is $70,000 plus, growing to 6 figures after 4 years of service. We offer paid vacations, paid holidays, and health insurance. Do you aspire to complete your degree? We offer 100% tuition reimbursement after you complete your first year of service. Contact the CPD recruiting unit at jobs@columbuspolice.org or apply online at columbus.gov/government/jobs. The City of Columbus is an equal opportunity employer.
Now, in our last session, you said you were hearing noises.
Terrible noises.
Tell me more.
Same time every morning.
Mm-hmm. Can you describe them?
Well, it starts like yee and then turns into woo woo woo.
Indeed. And does it also come with a
That's exactly what it is. How did you know, Doctor?
This is a symptom of not having an Apex Pros water heater.
Doctor, I know my husband, and he would never.
And the sound then goes yip yip woo woo woo. I'm writing you a prescription for an Apex Pros water heater.
You really think this will help?
Apex Pros, the pros who knows. First you doubt me, then you doubt the pros who knows.
I'm not doubting. I just didn't think my husband would make such
the unnecessary suffering of surprise cold water. I've seen it 1,000 times. Apex Pros even has tankless solutions that provide never-ending warm water.
Wow.
The crazy sounds will go away by tomorrow. Now here's my bill. Now about that sound.
It's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows. The official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to the Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at the Fan.
With surgery and drugs being the main options to treat chronic joint pain, that left orthopedic surgeons like Dr. Ray Tessner thinking,
geez, wouldn't it be nice if we can have another form of treatment that eliminates some of the downside and has a bigger upside as we learn more about it?
And then he found it. Regenerative medicine, an exciting, fast-growing approach to dealing with pain using healing agents from your own body.
Well, it's using the miracle benefits of the human body to help encourage healing.
Today, you'll find Dr. Tessner at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, giving patients lasting relief from joint pain in their knees, hips, shoulders, and back.
It's one of the best management tools that has come around in a long time.
Finally, options other than surgery and steroids. All natural regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. Learn more. Call today for your free consultation.
Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Hey folks, it's game day and the betting's gonna be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right, you gotta pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
It'll be a wet Wednesday morning commute. Rain is expected before 9 o'clock in the morning, then cloudy and dry this afternoon, high 71. Dry tonight, low 50. Sunshine returns tomorrow with a high of 64. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robshod with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Big day lined up here at the Fan. But we still have Boone Jenner coming on, the captain, at 8:48. We'll have him on the air here.
Ask him about that rookie dinner. What's going on out there?
The rookie dinner?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Where the rookies pay for the vets.
They do it out there? They do it.
They usually do it during, that's what Jean-Luc was saying.
Oh,
if you
really?
would have got out of your silo and listened on Tuesday when we have Jean-Luc on, was it every 7:20 every Tuesday, Shark? We also have Bob Miguel get on Mondays at 7:20. Wednesday, we have a player, the last segment of the program, Dino Evison. Usually joins us on Thursdays. This week he's out there, so he won't be here. And then we get Svobodes on Friday at 7:20. So that's your Jackets lineup.
So we talked about the rookie dinner gets taken care of there.
About the camaraderie and bringing together these trips. And last year they didn't have their West Coast trip till like the season was already basically decided. It was late in the year.
Sure.
He said having it this year early is good. They have this time off. They can play some golf, probably have their rookie dinner out there. And so, we can talk to him, ask him about that. That'll be exciting. Fun and drama. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. Bishop and Friends today. Tyvis Powell will be sitting in as well. They'll have Jake Trotter on, the ESPN senior college football writer, at 10:33 a.m. Get a lot of talk about the CFP rankings, I'm sure. Rothman and Ice at 12:33. We'll have Adam Schefter on from ESPN. That still might be one of my greatest moments in radio. When Shefty came on, I was filling in for somebody, and he starts off by saying, Tito, Tito, Tito. And I wish they would have saved it the system. They didn't.
I don't recall that.
I was filling for you that day. I don't know. Could have been doing that. Also, 3 to 6 night column and T-Bone Wild Card Wednesday. I wish I had the Wildcat sound. I would have played it. But they will have that going on, plus name dropping with Jeff Rimmer. Buckeye Show tonight, Tim Hall and DeVere Posey. We have Inside Edge tonight at 7 to 8 with McGillicuddy and Jody Shelley. And then 8 o'clock on the money with Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas. So yesterday, Ryan Day spoke, and he was very pleased talking about the type of game that was called by Chip Kelly.
We all work hard putting the game plan together, and I thought he called a good game. I thought he had patience. And I think, he understood that, we needed to establish the run in that game and be physical. And, I think he did that in the game. And then when it was time to call some things that put guys in conflict, I thought they were well designed. And in those plays, man, they take a lot of work, whether it comes from the design of the play early in the week, then it comes to, how we're going to rep them, the scout team look, the protection. I mean, there's just so much that goes in, like the one play to Emeka. I mean, that took a lot of work and meetings, walkthroughs, corrections the next day, just to get to that, to get to be a competitive excellence. Then you got to get the right coverage, So a lot of things came into play, and even just a strain by Donovan on that play, just to give enough to push that, defender off to give Will one more second to flip his hips to get the ball thrown. So, but that's what it takes in terms of execution. Those plays were well executed, and we need more of that. And we got to be clean and simple so our guys can play fast. But I do think he called a good game, yes.
Bobby, you watch the football game through a different set of eyes than I do. Did you notice, or were there times this season when you were questioning some of the play calling coming out of the offense, and did you have any of that against Penn State?
No, I thought all the calls were really good. I thought they did a really great job of mixing it up. I didn't know what was going to be called. They mixed in some designed quarterback runs, some reads. They ran some zone scheme. They ran some gap scheme run where you have pullers and down blocks. But the play action was good. They took some shots. One Will miss to Carnell Tate, just a little bit outside. The other one, Jeremiah Smith kind of slowed down and probably put a second hand up. He catches it. I thought that was a good ball by Will. But the misdirection and everything out there. But what Ryan's saying is when you start shifting and doing things, which is something this offense is starting to see more of, is they're getting into all the Chip Kelly stuff. And I think he wanted to get a feel out for what they did. But if you look at his offenses at UCLA, they looked like that. That's how they looked.
Right.
And he just didn't have as good of players. Like these guys now, instead of being a 4 or 5 yard gain, it's a 12 or a touchdown. But he can scheme it up. But the timing, the preparation that goes into it, to be able to shift and do all those things, like there's a requisite level of intelligence and comfortability. And you got to remember, this is his first year here with these guys in the system, so they're going to continue to start feeling better about everything and move forward.
Are there times in the regular other games though where you looked at it during the game and said, I wonder why he did this? I'm trying to think of times.
Not this week.
No, not this year. Like in other games previously. I mean, do you remember times when? And I don't know. Maybe
I didn't love the last call where Will had to slide. You have a timeout,
right?
I thought they should have had some sort of check down option over the middle, so he could have got that out.
So by and large, feel like it's been a success.
There's just some little against Nebraska when they hammered inside twice. I think in the third, fourth quarter there. On 3rd and 4th down, he got stopped. After you get stuffed the first time, I would have probably ran some sort of quarterback run, like they did against Penn State,
right?
Which they got.
I was very happy they did a lot of that against Penn State.
And so, there's certain things I don't dislike the decision or I don't hate the call. I would have just maybe, and some of it's hindsight, saying, well, it didn't work, so you should have ran this. But there's a couple of those that you have here and there. But not, by and large, I think Chip Kelly's an excellent play caller. And so I have the benefit of hindsight and to sit up here and be, well, that didn't work. I wouldn't have done that.
Right.
But most of the stuff, it's the decision to go for it, okay, I like that decision. Or maybe to punt it, I like that decision. And then on the calls, generally, I'm I like it, or maybe I like most of it. Very rarely has Chip ran something that's I don't really I don't like that call at all. It's, I like it, but I think it could have been a little better. They could have maybe done this or that or tweaked it a little bit.
Right, yeah. And I hope we continue to see that against Purdue. And who knows if they'll be, I don't want to say more vanilla.
I hope we don't see that against Purdue. I hope for Purdue, you're going to MCL cafeteria with old Joey at 4 o'clock for dinner, the blue plate special. And you're going to get some nice, Chark, what did you say your favorite flavor of pudding was? Tapioca?
No. I like tapioca, but I would say butterscotch.
Yeah, you and your guy, Joey, riding off into the sunset together, retiring here next year, and just eating some butterscotch pudding. It might be too exotic. It might be more of just classic vanilla pudding. I hope that's what we see the next couple of weeks because you don't really need anything else.
If you had Bobby making a vanilla and tapioca pudding reference when talking about Ohio State today, mark it off on your bingo card because that will get you an X there. Coming up next, we've already seen 2 head coaches get their walking papers in the NFL. Could a third one suffer a similar fate soon? We'll do that next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we're tracking more than a dozen crashes across the metro. Some of the biggest impacts we're watching at the 270-33 split on the southeast side. All traffic is shut down, especially going southbound. The biggest delays we're watching, I-270 southbound all the way to Alum Creek Drive. Expect to be delayed throughout the morning over there. I-71 southbound up in Polaris. We've got a crash that is delaying traffic coming in from Delaware County. Also Also on the northeast side, 2 separate crashes right near Morse Road that has 270 northbound delayed as you're coming in from Easton. And then on the south side at State Route 104, watching a crash in those northbound lanes. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Hey guys, if you notice a lack of energy and drive, it could be low testosterone. Get your levels checked by the experts at Low T Center. They have over a decade of experience helping patients with testosterone therapy or TRT. And for established patients, they offer the convenience of physician-monitored at-home TRT with advanced treatment that includes both lab testing and medication. And the TRT treatment from Low T Center is an optimized personal treatment plan. Low T Center ships directly to your door. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great. You get a brand new Kia for less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course, we're talking turkey. With event pricing and the credit approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All 3 under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Join our resident gambling degenerates, Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money, Wednesday night at 8.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Did you wake up with joint pain? I know how that feels, but not anymore thanks to QC Kinetics. Just like me, you deserve pain relief with no surgery and no meds. And if you're a good candidate for these new treatments, Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics can get you there like they did for me and my dad. You see, my dad and I trusted QC Kinetics because they are the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments. This technology that's giving people like you and I an option other than surgery, all natural approach to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. QC Kinetics joint pain treatments can be life-changing for so many people. And I can tell you, and I get tested, I needed surgery. And my dad, his knee was bothering him, and he can walk now. And I can go run and do the things I want to do. We got relief just like tens of thousands of other people. And it's getting near the end of the year, so you can use those HSA and FSA funds before they may expire at year's end. So go check them out at 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544. That's QCkinetics.com/Columbus in Dublin and Gahanna. Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Join the Fan and Bishop and Friends for an unforgettable evening on Tuesday, November 12th at High Bank Distillery in Grandview. We're thrilled to invite you to the release of our exclusive fan barrel picks. Proceeds benefit Brady Quinn's Third and Goal Foundation, pretty boy, making a difference in the lives of veterans. Enjoy exclusive barrel picks, delicious food pairings, live music, and meet and greet with select athletes, including Bobby Carpenter. For tickets and more information, head to 971thefan.com. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly. I said pretty boy's a joke. Brady Quinn, this is a great thing he's doing, Bobby. It's really cool what he does with the Third and Goal Foundation. It's a really cool event that Bishop and Friends are being a part of as well. Yourself, I think, what Tyvus is going to be out there, I believe, also. Is he one of the athletes?
Tyvus doesn't even drink.
Doesn't matter. He can still be out there.
It's a bourbon tasting event.
He can still be out there, though. Right? I can't remember who else could be out there.
Put someone on
maybe DeVere's out there.
Put someone in a flag football game that can't run, or just doesn't run, or whatever. I mean, that doesn't sound like it'd be very fruitful.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe he'll be in attendance, but I mean, he's not opposed to drinking. He just doesn't drink at all.
Right.
That's his prerogative.
Judgy.
It's a great Third and Goal, though. If you don't know, they do home renovations for veterans that are disabled. It's a phenomenal thing. And Brady's dad served in Vietnam. Old Chopper.
I didn't know that. Really?
Oh yeah. Old Chopper Quinn. So that's how the impetus of all of that. They do a tremendous job. So kudos to Brady for helping get that done. And so come on out and enjoy and support us.
Absolutely. So
get drunk with Bo.
There you go.
And
Bobby.
Watch you get drunk. Well, I mean, it takes a lot for me that off.
Does it?
Yeah.
You saying that
I've got a hollow leg, so I got somewhere to store it.
Okay, so
and my liver's like a piece of driftwood. It's just a sieve now, so it just kind of runs right through there, right to the hollow leg.
Yeah, the Jaguars host the Vikings this weekend.
Jaguars must watch NFL football.
If they would happen to lose this game, it would drop them to 2-8 on the season. Do you think Doug Peterson survives this season with Jacksonville?
Probably not. I mean, they're pretty bad, and they're expected to be pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's usually, you don't get fired. I had someone tell me this a long time ago in the NFL. You don't get fired for losing. You get fired for failing to meet expectations. I mean, if people think that you're a 13-3 team and you go 9-7 and miss or get bounced in the first round of the playoffs, you can get fired. If people think your team's going to be trash and you find a way to win 5 games, you're fine. If you think people think your team's going to be pretty good,
right?
I think like Doug Peterson probably should win 9, 10, maybe 11 games.
Right.
Good young quarterback, built this team. You've been here for a while. You're the savior after Urban and everything else. And then you go in there and you look like a hot pile of garbage.
Yeah.
You're getting fired. Now, maybe he survives the season, but he won't survive after it. Shad Khan will come up in there in his greased up mustache, looking like curled up there, looking like Doc Holliday.
Right.
He might challenge him to a duel.
Let me ask you a question. I heard something.
That's what I honestly would like. Shark, wouldn't that be great if I feel like Shad Khan could maybe be in an Indiana Jones movie, as well. But I feel like he could, if Shad Khan came out with a cane, be like, all right, Doug, I'm either going to fire you or you can challenge me to a duel. I feel like that might be something the world could see.
Will you do something for me tonight, Bobby?
Challenge you to a duel?
No. This is what I want you to do. You're a talented man. You're a musical man. Okay?
I have the ability to make some music, not always all that well, and it takes a lot of work.
I want you to get Courtney or one of your 7 or 8 kids to shoot a video of you playing the piano and talking like Dana White did in that clip. I want a video of you doing that.
Like
you just play the piano and just giving out some kind of philosophical stuff.
I got my hand back.
That's all I want you to do.
I'll tell you this. I have a really hard time playing the piano. I'm not good enough anymore to play it and do anything else. I have a hard time singing along with the songs as I go.
All I want, no, you just have to talk.
That's even harder.
No, you could talk. Talking's easier than singing.
Not if I'm singing the words to the song.
You're not singing the words.
I'm not singing it well.
You're playing the piano and just giving out. Or does Schlegs play the piano?
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
hey,
his dad got in a fight with him about not eating Big Macs growing up. Do you think there's any culture going on in that house?
First of all, we could call any of you guys that linebacker.
I'm being real.
We could have called any of you guys meatballs back then.
Of course. And I'm not saying, not due to my own volition, but the fact that, my mom made us, and her argument was, It'll be good for you when you're older. It'll make you a well-rounded kid. So you know what I did? I in turn made my kids do that.
Yes.
You don't have to become Mozart or Beethoven or even Chopin, for heaven's sake.
Does AJ or Laurinaitis play piano?
No.
No one. You're the only one of the group.
Their moms weren't as mean as mine. And so my mom made me play the piano.
Weren't as mean as mine.
That's real.
Your mom seems very nice to me.
She's a tremendous lady, and she did it for my own good. As a lot of things they said, you'll appreciate this later. And I never thought that I would, but ironically, she was proven out to be correct. And I'll never admit that to her face. But I think it was proven to be correct. So I, in turn, have made my kids do that. And so my youngest son, who we lost our piano teacher, we got to get another one for Caleb, because I go, you need to be able to read music and play somewhat. And if you give me music, it may take me a year, depending on the difficulty of it, but I could probably sit down and you would be able to recognize some semblance of what I was playing.
Then will you do this for me? Will you play the piano and have Schlegs talk?
That would be tremendous. Sitting beside me.
Just sit beside me. Yes, and get video. Like you talk about content, that's great for the show. We could play that then. You could put it on social media, Bobby.
I told Shark, I go, if they want to get some music that we could play, if you gave me like 2 or 3 songs, I could probably learn to play them well enough on the piano.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't violate the YouTube copyright.
Because it's you.
Because it's me playing it. I go, I could probably do that. It would take a lot of time and effort. And I've got this left wrist injury going right now.
Oh, don't listen. Don't you dare, Bobby.
I'm not saying I can't.
You're a damn professional football player. Don't say you can't play piano because your wrist.
I'm not saying I can't. I'm saying it hurts. And my left hand is like slowly lost its dexterity over the years. But I play the piano to help stave off the dementia and Alzheimer's that's slowly coming for me.
You're throwing a lot of big words I don't understand.
So I don't end up like 46 on the pudding squad when I'm Shark's age. Shark and I are going to MCL. So
let me ask you this.
Come on, Bob. Shark will be like 80 and I'll be 50.
4:30 in the afternoon.
Exactly. You can swing by, pick me up. It's time to go take Bob to get some pudding.
I got to get a quick answer from you on this one.
Wipe your chin off, Bob. It's dripping down your face again.
The visuals. So I guess you're not going to do that for me with you and Schlegs.
Well, Schlegs isn't here right now.
When Schlegs comes back up, will you please do that?
What do you want him to say?
Just Schlegs. Just Schlegs being Schlegs. The things we hear on the radio all the time. Whatever. The things he wants to say about things, poof David Copperfield, whatever he wants to say, just some kind of thing he can do where it's just almost like just a monologue with you playing piano next to him. That would go
First of all, that's a lot
bonkers.
of weight. It's a lot of weight on the piano bench.
We'd have to get 2 benches, probably have to reinforce or something.
We might have to jam a 2x4 into the center of it to make sure. Because like piano benches, they look really nice, but they've got those thin legs. And my mom would be like, "Don't plop down on that thing. You're gonna snap the legs off." And I was in 8th grade. I was, probably getting to be like 150, 160 by the end of it. But now I'm like, you put me and Schlegs on there, we're lighter than we were, but we're well over 1-2. We'd be well over 450, under 300, but over 450. So,
I want you both wearing Ohio State jerseys.
You see a lot of 450-pound piano players out there.
I want to hear Schlegs rap.
Oh, that'd be good
to
too.
Bobby's music.
That'd be good. See now all these things. This is great content, Bobby. Now, look, I know your show does very well here. I get it.
Oh, my gosh.
But think how much better it'd be.
More work for me, Thad.
It's not that much. You got to play the piano with Schlegs. How much fun would that be?
I'm not that good, so I have to practice a lot to make sure that it sounds okay. Like, that's the thing. I'm like, my piano abilities are not like my athletic abilities, where I can go out and, pick things up fairly quickly.
Right.
I'm a grinder. I have to really practice and work to be decent at it. And that's why my mom would sit there and wrap me with a ruler on my hand, and she'd set the alarm on the stove.
Right.
I had to practice for a half hour every day just to be decent. I'm not all that gifted in it. It's something I have to really work at.
When you do it, don't have a brace on your wrist.
I'm not wearing a brace. I don't wear a brace right now.
I'm just saying when you do it, wear the Ohio State jerseys, both of you. And you could do that. Well, you just did right now, talking about your mom being great, how you're a grinder. That's all stuff you could say while playing the piano that would be great content. Okay. That right there would be perfect, Bobby. All right, coming up next. Boone. Boone Jenner joins us, captain of the Jackets, next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching traffic shut down at the 270-33 split on the southeast side. All of that southbound traffic shut down all the way to Alum Creek Drive. Watch for delays over there. And on the north side of town at the 315-270 split, also watching a crash with some lane closures in place. I-71 slow moving coming in from Polaris. And on the south side on I-71 northbound, expect to be slow moving just past State Route 104. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
The time to save big is now. It's Ford Truck Month at your local Ford dealer, and the time to buy is now. Make way for great offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks, featuring the built Ford Tough F-150 and Super Duty. Check out the versatile Ford Maverick and the capable Ford Ranger. But you can't wait. These limited Truck Month deals won't last. Check it all out at buyfordnow.com. Then get over to your local Ford dealer today. Hurry in, as these deals won't last long.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Hey, what's up? It's Boone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night, and you can't stand your CPAP machine. The good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine, and Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your significant other will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and stops your snoring. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. Yeah, Marysville. If you're snoring and waking up all of Marysville or wherever you live and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. And as the end of the year approaches, a lot of people have exceeded medical deductibles, which means less out of pocket for you. Don't delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also check him out online, sleepbettercolumbus.com, and now sleepbettermarysville.com.
This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Tires worn down from all the summer driving? Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus between August 1st and August 31st and save up to $180 on select sets of 4 Veretta Stein tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. See store for details.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Football fans, are you ready to score big this NFL season? Hey, it's T-Bone to tell you that Bud Light and 97.1 The Fan have teamed up for the ultimate football face-off. Join us each week for football face-off events and your chance to win a trip to Vegas where you'll compete for the grand prize. A trip for 2 to New Orleans or the Super Bowl. Take your shot at football glory. This week, join me on Thursday at Scoreboard Pub and Grill in Delaware from 7 to 9, watching the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. Then Sunday at Bradshaw Sports Bar, the 49ers backer bar from 11 to 1 to give you a shot at going to the Super Bowl.
APCO, windows, siding, and decks. Business First says we're the largest remodeler in town. Our philosophy is simple. We don't rely on sales gimmicks to get our customers. We rely on our reputation.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can trust APCO.
APCO.com.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's rock. We're dealing.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Hey, it's Anthony. If you want to make the best deal in town on a new Honda, make sure you visit my friends at your main Honda of Dublin. They're on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. And Rich tells me you're going to get 1.90% APR up to 60 months on most new 24s and 25 Hondas. They'll give you the details. Of course, you'll get same-day service, no appointment needed. And how about an extra $1,000 for your trade if you have a 2014 or newer vehicle? All with the great people at your main Honda of Dublin.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we're looking at rain in the morning. As we head into the afternoon, though, we do dry up quite a bit. High 71. Sunshine returns on your Thursday with a high of 64. Sunny on Friday, high 65. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
Saturday is game day on The Fan.
Sponsored by Reichert Chevy.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Tito and Bobby here with you. I'm telling you, Bobby, I'm sorry I'm not sorry. You're going to get pressured into doing something with this Christmas stuff with Schlegs. Someone wants to do a Christmas album, you and Schlegs.
Oh, boy.
I'm seeing the two of you pose for like a Christmas card together. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry.
Let's just get to Boone.
I'm getting to Boone. Boone Jenner now, the captain for the Columbus Blue Jackets. We do this.
Morning Juice presents Talking Jackets.
Now it's Boone Jenner along the end boards, and he stuffs it behind Peter Mrazek for the score.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Captain Boone Jenner joins us here. And Boone, curious, first of all, how are you doing rehab-wise?
Doing great. How you guys doing? Rehab coming along good. Happy with it so far. Obviously, I haven't been through this, but everyone says it's been doing good and working at it, feeling much better. And be 4 weeks today after surgery, so definitely turned a corner a few weeks ago and continuing to get better.
Great to hear. Obviously, improving there. Want to get you back out on the ice as soon as possible. Guys, get some time off. Played last night. Lots of tough one in an OT to San Jose. You get shot by your former teammate when he putting the dagger in there late, but you get some time off. And we were talking to Jean-Luc, and last year you guys you didn't have this West Coast trip until much later in the season, and the camaraderie, especially with a younger team. You, Jack, there's some elder statesmen, but a lot of young players. What's on the docket here? Jean-Luc said maybe throwing out the rookie dinner, playing some golf, have some team building over the next couple days.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's nice to have that, like you said, earlier in the year. I think last year it was like, our longest or our first actual road trip of 2 or 3 games on it was like January or February. So anytime you get away, just with the guys on the road, you're having dinners. Now they got a couple days off in California. Nice weather. Go golf. Get together. Have dinner. Have the rookie dinner, and I think that just brings everyone together, and it's nice to have it earlier in the year for sure.
So what's the setup for the rookie dinner? In the NFL, like some teams do it, it's by position. Some teams will do it side of the ball, and they'll split it up, and like the rookies will take, depending on where they're drafted or everything, take a little bit of a chunk of that. I mean, how do we set all that up in the NHL typically?
Yeah, it's similar. I mean, I think everyone's got to pay for one, right? So even if it's not technically the first year, I think, you take a guy like Chinnikov, he's missed it just being hurt and hasn't lined up. So, it's his third, fourth year, and he's got to do it. So, no, it's exactly it. Have dinner, maybe the rookies, have to do some jokes and all that kind of stuff. Nice. And they get stuck with the belt, so it's kind of a veteran appreciation night too, that's what I like to call it now. And no, it's all in good fun, and I think I enjoyed being a rookie, so I hope they enjoy it too.
Well, it sounds like Chinnikov's being smart about this, right? Like he's being fiscally responsible at being hurt every time when it could come up that way. I think that's an investigation we have to look at. But Boone,
you just can't get away with it forever.
They'll catch you.
They'll get you eventually.
He might be in his third year.
Right.
They're going to make
like
him
Gordie Howe out there paying for dinners for everybody. So Boone, from the on-ice perspective, what's been the biggest change for the Jackets this year from last year's? Like as far as just strategies, as far as the way you guys are attacking games and defending. What are some of the significant differences from last year on the ice to this year?
I think you see it. I think we're just all kind of on the same page as far as how we're going to play, how we want to play, and how we have to play to get wins. And I think everyone's just kind of bought into that right from day one at camp. And with that, I think you can look faster as a team and play faster, just with, everyone knowing what's going on. And guys are, tuning in and honing in on details and little things of the game that, we need to do as a team to be successful. And you can see it, early on. Even last night, I think we deserved better, but so many good things, and ran into a hot goalie. But the work's there, the details are there. Guys are playing for each other, and I think you can really feel that, around the rink. And I think you guys can feel it watching as well.
Before we get you out of here, Elvis has played pretty well here. Can come on, and what does it mean to this team when you get someone nice and playing really well in net? And I know Tarasov has played well, as good as well, but Elvis with kind of the energy and the emotion and passion that he plays with.
Yeah, big time. Both of them have had great starts for us and played really well for us, and I think it just gives you as a team that confidence of they got us back there. Let's just go play. Obviously. There's going to be breakdowns, but, knowing that they're, at the top of their game, it gives us confidence as players, obviously, and that's what's been happening. And both guys standing in there and playing tremendous for us to start, and, just want to keep that going and play hard in front of them. So it's good for a group for sure.
Appreciate the time, Boone. Thanks so much. Keep on rehabbing there, and we'll catch you later in the season, hopefully on the ice soon, right?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as possible, guys. Always good catching up.
All right, that was Boone Jenner, the captain for the Blue Jackets, joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Are we still under the silence thing when it comes to the injuries? Like, we don't know when he's going to be back yet, do we? Like, they're being...
No, but it's going to be some time. I mean, he said it was going to be a while. I wouldn't anticipate him being back until President's Day, Valentine's Day. Anything before that, I think, is a bonus. He had to have surgery, so there's obviously elements of that. But talking about turning a corner, so hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later, and you love his veteran presence to be out there on the ice.
Yeah, I read something on The Athletic. I don't know if Porty wrote it or not. Porty might have written it, but just talk about how even being sidelined like this, he is still very much in the captain role and things like that. And even with the injuries and stuff, he's still out running around and at least with the team and helping out when he can as far as being that leader. Today's fan poll at 971thefan.com. What team should be the most upset about its ranking in the CFP? Indiana, BYU, SMU, or Army? Bobby, do you have a vote? Indiana, BYU, SMU, or Army? Who should be the most upset about its ranking? Indiana's 8, BYU's 9, SMU 13, Army 25.
I don't know. I think they're all appropriately ranked. Maybe Army, they could probably be 20th, I guess, or 18th, but I would say all are pretty appropriately ranked.
Army's leading the way right there with 43%, followed by Indiana at 38%, BYU 15%, SMU 4%. That's it for our show today. Bobby, thank you so much. Shark, thanks so much. This viewer says, we had so much fun. Let's try it again tomorrow, because I am going to try it again tomorrow. But coming up next is Bishop and Friends, Tyvis Powell in with Reeser and Bishop. Make sure you stick around for that. This has been Morning Juice on 97.1 The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching heavy traffic on the southeast side due to a closure at the 270-33 split. On the northeast side, also watching 3 separate crashes near the 161-270 split that has northbound traffic slow moving past Easton. At the 270-315 split, we are watching delays and lane closures on 315 in both directions due to a crash, and expect to be slow moving coming in from Delaware County due to a crash near Polaris. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Is a fan action update.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use the promo code JustSports for a welcome bonus of up to $100. College football playoff rankings are out. Here are some of the odds on teams to make the playoffs. Ohio State's minus 3,500, meaning a $100 bet would win about $3. Penn State's minus 350, Indiana minus 250, Notre Dame also minus 250 to make the playoffs. For your Prime Sports action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Hey guys, it's Anthony Rothman. If you're feeling at a loss for energy or just not upbeat like you used to be, it could be low testosterone. That's right, it affects our moods. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help you get back to your best. But guys have different T levels, so don't go for a standard dosage plan. Look for TRT with an optimized personal treatment plan, like you'll get with the experts at Low T Center. Do it now. Go to lowtcenter.com and book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
So I asked the local Pella Columbus team, we're doing these ads for you. What should I tell the people? Hey, it's Bobby. And I expected them to talk about how awesome the Pella windows are and quality and looks and all that. But their first response was actually, We just want people to know how buttoned up we are. The windows, they sell themselves, but we want people to know there's a local Pella Columbus team here in town that's all in on making the process as perfect as the windows. And if you Google Pella Columbus, you'll see the reviews that prove all of it. So now you know Pella Columbus.
When it comes to all-wheel drive vehicles, nobody gives you more to choose from than Toyota.
With 25 different choices that'll have you ready for anything, including the new all-hybrid best-selling Camry, the adventurous best-selling RAV4, the best-selling, more powerful Tacoma,
And the newest member of the Crown family, the Toyota Crown Signia.
all come with the traction you need for confident driving.
Any road, any weather. Toyota all-wheel drive.
The more you know, the more you'll drive Toyota.
Let's go places.
If you're looking for an Affordable Care Act health insurance plan, you have good timing. It's the open enrollment period, and there's an easy way to search, Health Markets. At healthmarkets.com, you can see a list of ACA plans available to you in your area. If you have questions, or when you're ready to choose a plan, there are licensed insurance agents ready to help you apply. See how easy it can be to find your next health insurance plan at healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
Fall is here and so are cooler temps. And are you craving some slow roasted turkey and dressing yet? Me? It's Bobby Carpenter. I love Thanksgiving. I just don't love it at Thanksgiving time. I love it all year long. And so the more I can get it, the better it is. And so at Bob Evans, you don't have to wait to Thanksgiving to be able to enjoy their delicious turkey that's been slow roasted for 6 hours. Their turkey and dressing dinner plate is available any day for just $8.99. Or you can even try the turkey and dressing family meal to go at bobevans.com.
Bobby Carpenter was determined to get relief for his dad, Rob. Years of college and pro football had taken a toll on Rob's joints. Bobby trusted his dad's care to QC Kinetics and their game-changing regenerative pain treatments.
It's been great to watch him improve. This stuff wasn't available 20 years ago, and how we've been able to kind of hone in and be able to fix the body in a more natural way as opposed to just cutting on it all the time. It's pretty terrific.
QC Kinetics. They take your body's own healing properties, concentrate them, and apply to areas in pain like knees, shoulders, hips, and back. And the results?
He's like, well, it doesn't hurt to go down the stairs anymore. I'm like, well, that's a positive.
Relief without any joint replacements, harmful steroids, or medications. The natural way at QC Kinetics. Don't wait. Call to see if you're a good candidate. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Again, 380-208-4544. Get rid